Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Lower this down. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV. I know we were live for the past 5 seconds, but at first it was saying that it was still loading. So we're now live. Welcome back to James Redmond TV. I know I've been so lazy with the camera placement. It's not fully showing the background. This is like completely different setup stuff. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if the visual is okay. But I've been playing around with the camera settings. Let me know if they're better. And it looks like that my face is changing, lighting a lot because the telly's right there. And the way I've moved my room around, this is the only way I can do it. So I can still record videos normally from the normal angle, which is like the camera's more there. But you're just going to have to put up with a very, very lazy background, so bear with me. Anyway, hello there, everyone. We're going to look through the lineups. Big up to Esther, who's always in the streams. Much love to you, Esther. Shout out to Marla. Shout out to Infinite. Shout out to Dexter as well. Essa, Shane, everyone who's decided to join the stream. The only ones that I didn't read out there is the ones that I don't understand, by the way. Some of you have got mad YouTube names, like crate with numbers and no actual name. Like, I don't even know half of your names. I don't. Like, I call someone Bobby Firmino. Someone called Bobby Firmino comes on the streams. I call them Bobby Firmino. As far as I'm concerned, their name is Bobby Firmino. But it's not whatever their name actually is. So it's an interesting one. We're going to get the lineups on. Because usually Diego's on point with the lineups. However, he's not here today, so let me do the little share screen thing. Any problems with the audio or whatever, mods, just give us a shout. And let me know your score predictions as well, chat, because that's going to be really interesting. If I'm just going to delve into the game in a mini way now while I get the lineups up. By the way, formation change, that's the first thing that we've got to talk about from a sense that when you think about it, a formation change is a reset. It's one thing I've been saying loads recently, is that with it being a reset, it allows the mentality to shift. Oh, it's proper shit about Arthur, isn't it? Right, let me get Twitter on so you can see what I'm doing. How do you share screen again? Oh, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Wait there, how do you share screen? If I forgot how to do this then. There we go. Right, we're winging it. It's one of those streams. Wait there, is that what I want it to be on? Wait there. Let me get rid of that one. Right, you know what? Fuck that. Let me just read the lineup out to you, because I'm just going to do something that I shouldn't here. Right, so let me read the score predictions. Liverpool 3-1 says Josia. Flynn says 2-1 to Liverpool. So everyone's going with the notion that we're going to win, is what it seems. I'm going to go with the same thing. I've been weirdly confident since the Rangers game, and it is because we've made that change in lineup. Just in the aspect that we needed to make a change. Like I said, it's a mental reset. We're more attacking. We're more imposing on the opposition. And I actually think it benefits us defensively. And with the high-intensity approach, if we go with that again, obviously it causes more injuries. However, in a game like today, it could really put Arsenal under pressure. But here's the lineup. Alisson in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right-back. Centre-backs Matip and Van Dijk. Left-back Shimikas. Midfield, Henderson, Thiago. So only the two in midfield as well. And then the front four is Luis Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, and then Jota and Nunez up front. Let me know the changes that you would have made there, chat. The only issue, if you want to call it an issue, you know that I'm Matip's number one fan, and I love Joel Matip, but I do think Artete would have been an alright choice in this game, just for the physicality and keeping up with the pace of the game. I don't know, but if you're asking me, I'd have probably gone with Matip and Artete, just based on recent form of Verge, but I have faith Verge is going to put in some sort of decent performance today. Let's hope so. But I want to keep up with the chat as well, as long as you can hear me sound. And the visual could be better. I think it's because the telly's in my face. If I turn facing this way, then I think we're flying. James, the type of guy to dry himself first before he takes a shower. But I'm already dry. I don't get that one, Sharky. Sharky, I'm struggling there, matey. I'm not going to lie to you. By the way, did you notice I was on time? I weren't. I fully weren't. I'm a liar. Arsenal at home, scary. No, do you know what? It is scary because they're a good team. They've got a good manager. They've got a bunch of good young players, and they're hungry and they're fighting for something this season. They let down the team last year on getting top 4. I think that meant something. They come with a different intensity. They've got a bunch of new players. Everyone's on the same wavelength. That takes time to build, and it looks like they've built it. So it's not a ludicrous thing to say that this is a scary game, because I agree. I agree from a pure Liverpool fan perspective. Marla says 2-2. A few people have said 2-2 in the chat, to be fair. I think we're going to win. Not based on form at all, just based on everything else. That on our best day and on their best day, we should be better. But the difference is that, you know, we're past our best days. Arsenal are going into their best days. So there's not a real case study on what is actually their best performance, because it might be yet to come, and it could come today. Prince Teddy says, yeah, so there's the lineup physically, for those who can't understand the Scouse accent. There is the lineup for you. I like it. I like Jota and Nunez up front. And you know what, with Nunez, I think he benefits having a support striker with him. Let me know if you agree, chap. But I think Nunez, with the support of a Diogo Jota, an extra attacker to create those chances, another attacker to create more space for Nunez. Because think about it, if you're going with 4 attackers, you're not just going to now be able to get both Gabriel and Saliba purely marking Nunez and trying to block his shots and trying to get in the way. Now that you've got to worry about Jota, you've got 2. If you're giving them the right chance, clinical finishes. So even though I've been giving Nunez shit, which I don't even think is shit, by the way, I think I've been very fair. Chat, have I been fair on my Nunez point of views? Yes or no? Just a simple yes or no in the chat. Have I been fair on my point of views when it comes to Nunez? Prince Teddy. And if I haven't, by the way, thank you, Prince Teddy, is what I meant to say. And if I haven't been fair, if there is a reason why you think I might have been disrespectful, went too far, let me know the points in the comments down below. Give me quotes of what I've said. And I'm sure maybe a time where I've been misquoted. I would love to explain that so we can get to the context of what it actually is about Firmino. So yeah, Odiaka says no. Please give me a why. Because you can just say no, but if you give me a why in the briefest sentence that you can, because I want you to enjoy the stream. I don't want you to spend the whole time typing. Let me know the reason, and then we can delve into it as a thing. But I think most people's problems with my opinion on Darwin Nunez, and my opinion, by the way, is only I don't think he's ready right now. I don't think he's a good dribbler. I think he's a very mediocre dribbler, because he's a better dribbler than me. So if you compare him to me, yeah, boss. If you compare him to some of the best forwards in Europe and in the world, he's not in the top 100, 200. He's just not a dribbler. Same with finishing. Finishing, he's sound, but he does need to be very much in the right positions. And when you haven't got a team that is collectively on the same hymn sheet, as Liverpool have been as well, he's not going to score goals. And that's why I think the extra attacker is going to benefit him. Does it benefit the whole team? I don't know. But if it benefits him, it means we're hopefully going to get more goals. But anyway, the Liverpool players are walking out. I feel like there was a general consensus there. I feel like most people were saying, yeah, it might be because people actually listen to me all the time, so they can, galvanise a better opinion on what I have on Nunez. Because people just think I just shit on the kid. I think he has potential to do well. It's just the team need to do well with him. Anyway, let me read some comments. Sketchy Pencil says, yo, not deluded like other Liverpool fans. I don't think Liverpool fans are deluded. I think they believe, people who support Nunez believe that other Premier League fans are just going too far. Like some people are saying that he's a flop already. Did anyone see Ransom Banter's video on Nunez? I didn't watch it, but I saw the title, and he uses triggering titles anyway, you know what I mean? Rance treats YouTube kind of just like banter with his mates, hence the banter in his name. Calling him a flop right now would be ludicrous, and you wouldn't have no logical points to back that up. But yet you can predict that he's going to be a flop, and so far you can say he has been, but it doesn't mean he's definitively a flop and he can never redeem himself. If he scores 20 goals this season, then people will forget about this start of the season and say, do you know what? Everyone was overreacting. Football fans have got short attention spans. Football's heavily related to society as a whole. Everyone's just on TikTok all the time. I do it myself. I look through the shorts, and it just doesn't. It means that week to week, if you just see, if your most recent memory is Darwin Nunez playing shit or Darwin Nunez getting a red card, you will perceive him as that type of player. But you will forget all the goals he scored at Benfica, and all we're trying to do as a team is translate those goals into our team, a team that controls possession. Yeah, the Premier League's harder, but it's still the same principle. You're in a team that's better than everybody else, or should be. Liverpool should be better than everybody else. You've got a good defence. You've got all these things that go for you, and you're still getting those same level of chances. With the same level of chances, you should still score goals. So I do believe Nunez will end up doing well. Just not the player I would have brought in. He weren't my number one choice, but I'll big him up all the way. Ben Hampson. Oh, big up Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin. How are we, son? Esther says the things you mentioned, he needs game time to work on them. Confidence will get him starting. But I disagree with the premise, Esther, that the only thing that gets Nunez better is game time. I think what really helps is implementing him into training, getting him up to the standards of other individuals within the team, learn the language. He's openly admitted that he struggles with speaking English and he doesn't understand what the manager says. Many players have a similar issue, but he's 22 years of age. I'm 21. Like, I'm a youngster. Like, he's young. 22 is a very young age. When you think of some of the best strikers of all time, they didn't really heavily kick in from a young age. Now, there's also exceptions. There's Michael Owen, who burst on the scene at a very young age, and many others along with that. But I just think with Nunez, he's going to be more, in the Premier League and for Liverpool, a more long-term option. Do you get what I mean, Esther? I'm also just trying to keep an eye on the timer because the game's about to start, and you know what I'm like with the timer. I always miss the fucking thing. Come on, Vig. Come on, my son. Lots of love, hearts and kisses. Come on, Virgil. Absolutely annihilate these. Fucking Arsenal. It's only been 5 appearances, 2 subs, and Premier League fans have no patience. Esther, that's fair. I agree. They don't. But another reason why I think we should ease him in opposed to giving him just starts is because his best record has been off the bench. Like, in recent time, his best record for Liverpool, I think the only goals he has for Liverpool have been off the bench. Therefore, I wouldn't be playing him in full games yet. But if he scores today and plays well today, then he can prove me wrong, can't he? Because again, I'm also in agreement that the selective choice of what player plays what game, like what player stylistically suits the game most. I agree with that, and I think Nunez could cause them problems. Like, the game is about to start. Come on, you Reds. Even though you're not wearing red today, but still. I like that kit. It's nice, innit? Our away kit. I think it sounds well better than the yellow one last season. That's for sure. Anyway, we're off. We are off. If you want to link up, then the score is right here, baby. Again, for those who are just tuning in, the background is the way it is because do you know what? Let me fix it because I'm being a lazy barstool, aren't I? Let me fix it to the best of my abilities. Right. It's just because the camera positioning's a bit funny, but I think we can make it work. Yeah, I think that looks well better. Anyway, we're off. We're off. Here's Thiago already playing it out from the back. Shape already looks better. We're literally, 33 seconds into the game. Oh yeah, that was all right, Shimmercast. Nearly got yourself in trouble. Well done, Alisson, with the outside, with the... Oh, come on, Diaz. Oh, come on, Nunez. Oh, that was a good start. Don't mind if I diddly do. Oh, I don't like that, though. I don't like that. Come on, Liverpool. It's Odegaard. Oh. So Liverpool are 1-0 down. Inside of a minute. Inside of a minute. Let me turn my phone off. Right, relax. We're going to be fine. We're going to be absolutely sound. We're going to come back. This is going to be given offside. Will it? That was a good counter-attack from us. They defended really well, and then Arsenal built up just in the right way. Shimmercast exposed like anything. Trent has got so many people to deal with there as well. That's the annoying thing. It's the one thing I say about people always blaming Trent in a horrible way. It's just like the team have let the ball get there to where he has to deal with marking three individuals. No matter where he goes, they go, possible offside! Oh my God! Oh my God! Yaya Toure has blessed us. Yaya Toure and Kolo Toure have blessed the mighty Liverpool. Come on. Come on. Oh, wait there. Where's it determining an offside? So where's Saka? He plays it into Odegaard. Martinelli doesn't look offside to me. Doesn't look offside to me at all. And from what I've seen, I'm surprised that was even looked at. They just got me hopes up for absolutely gazillions reasons. Right, so it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Fuck's sake. We're fine. We will be fine. Don't worry. We will be okay. We're on the ball. Henderson, not a good pass. He was doing a lot of that against Rangers. You know, balls that were falling in the air, he'd just hoof it up. James, you're so far behind. I know, it's a shame. It means I won't be able to look at the chat as much either. It's such a shame. I watch football, like the Premier League games on Now TV, and the Now TV is on my Xbox, and for some reason the Xbox, which is the only way I watch all the stuff, it's the only thing I've got for games, and it does leave me behind, but at least you can see where I am at the game, so you can anticipate what my reaction's going to be, so you'll know before me, so it is what it is. If you want to link up, then turn your notifications off and rewind to the part that you need to. But I don't think that was Trent's fault, and I feel like people will still jump on Trent just because it's the cool thing to do. But no, I think that was just the midfield's fault. It was a collective thing. Collectively, it just hasn't been good enough, and it's another game where we've conceded the first goal. So we do need to sort that out. Right, come on, Ali. Do the business for me, baby cakes. Do the business for me. Just put in a Springer to Salah or something. Come on, Liverpool, move that ball quicker. Also, with the fact that Arsenal go with a 4-2-3-1, majority of the time they have four attackers, that's causing our midfield a huge problem at the moment. Good ball over the top, though. He's made it as well. It's shimmy. He's hit and hope, that ball. I don't like that. Don't just hit and hope. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, referee, fuck off. He got the ball. I'm not arsed. Not arsed. I don't care. Listen, we're going to come back. Gabriel Martinelli's just got a fluke. It's going to end up being 3-1. Don't worry. Don't worry. And before you say, James, why are you jinxing us? We're probably if we lose this game, you're gonna say because I jinxed it, and not related to the really, really crap football we've been playing recently. Yeah, we'll come on, boys. Arsenal are just such a much better football team. Like, you think, how did they handle the pressure of this game and whatnot? Speaking of pressure, they've just let go of the ball. It was Gabriel Jesus as well. And then Nunez, what does he do? He hits it right at the player. Another issue I have with Nunez, this is issue number 99. I don't like the way he always hits it and hopes. So he doesn't actually place his finishing. And that was heavily proven against Rangers, because against Rangers, he had, 6 or 7 chances. And about 5 or 6 of those went straight at the keeper. Powerful shots, and, if you get that away from the keeper, it's a good finish, but he doesn't know how to get it away from the keeper. And that, again, is a prime example. Let me just rush my shot. He doesn't have the technical ability to just bring it back. Again, even with that corner, no physicality to win the header. I'm not trying to just call out Nunez by himself. Again, we've collectively been poor. But if you have a top-class striker up there, whether it was Mane or whoever, you might get a bit more from them in terms of options that they can create. So it's a shame with Nunez that it hasn't paid off for him yet, but I just hope he can get a goal, I suppose. Apparently that was a foul on Martinelli, and I don't know what's going on with us at the moment. Well, I do. We're just not together. I just don't know why we're not together. I don't know if it's like players are getting too old and this is the start of the decline. I need to see a lot more before I even think about that, to be honest. I need to see a lot more. Someone's even just said, why is Diaz getting outpaced? I feel like that's just the common theme for the whole team at the moment. It definitely is. And what I don't like is we've changed formation and we're not like doing anything different. It still seems like all the players are in the same places. It's just instead of a DM, we've gone with an attacking midfielder. But the ball's over the top of the same. Well done, Trent. Progress. And again, another ball over the top. Constantly doing long balls. I'm sick of these long balls. They're not effective. Do you remember when Klopp was having a go at Tony Pulis for long balls? When we drew against West Brom? Or was it Stoke? I think it was West Brom. We drew against West Brom and he was having a go at them for doing long balls and not playing beautiful football and whatnot. Like, you're playing long balls, swervy, because you're losing possession. Get the midfielders to move more, provide more space for each other. The only way you do that is through work ethic. And if we've got injury-prone players, then go and reinvest into players who can fit this system. I don't care I don't care how good you are technically and how gifted you are from a passing point of view and whatnot. I'd rather energy in an energy-based system. And I'd rather that than friggin' long balls. Fuck that, mate. I need to stop swearing, I do. I don't know why, it just slips out my mouth all the time. I know that you're all old enough to not be bothered by swearing, but there'll be some kids who are watching this, and it's just not what I want to say. I cringe when I watch back and I swear, but I don't know, I shouldn't make a big deal of it. I do it all the time with my friends, so I've got muscles. These long balls, bro, in it. Tony Klopp. Tony Klopp. Go ahead, Tony Klopp, lad. Get your 5 at the back in. But you see what I mean? No chat. There's no movement in the midfield. No movement. By the way, W or L dropping Fabinho, was that a win or was that a controversial thing? Because I think that was definitely a win. I don't think Fabinho's been good recently. It just doesn't look like anyone else up to it either. No one seems up to it. Another long ball. I'm sick of these long balls, mate. L shouldn't have been dropped. Do you reckon, Marcus? I don't know. I don't think it's a bad idea to change things. It just, what it feels is whoever we start and whoever we go with, it just seems like we're going to be back to square one. We're just not going to outrun the opposition. We're going to keep doing long balls and trying to get it in behind. And how you think that's good enough to win football matches is absolutely beyond me. Ramsdale's got an injury. It looks like he isn't doing well, to be honest. He'll probably carry on though, knowing his fucking mad ass. You're on to Ramsdale. He just has to go with everyone. Ooh, who's this fella? I forgot that they don't have Leno no more. Who's this new goalkeeper? I'm dead intrigued. Is he American? Chat, is he American? Yankee? Yeah. I thought he was, because I swear I've heard of him before. What's his name? James, look more at the chat. I'm trying. I'm really trying. But the scores are also there, so it gives it away. Matt Turner. Does he play for the national team, chat? Like, is he a good American goalkeeper or is he just an American goalkeeper? By the way, is this a W? These pants, PJs, what are we saying? Do you reckon they're wins? Do you reckon they're like big wins? I think they're wins. I think that's a win. Wearing these. I need to get myself another water. But I don't want to be off camera too much. Is that a win? I think that's a win. It's a W. Thank you, Esther. Just because you said it means it's a W. Come on. Thiago Alcantara running in behind. Look at all the space that he's got as well. And look at the way we're setting out. We're setting out to do balls over the top. And I'm fuming because Arsenal are all over it. It's such an easy way. Just man mark. The way that you solve long ball football is man marking. If you man mark and you create a good, and they're not going with an offside trap. If Arsenal went with an offside trap, it'd benefit us a lot more. That's why we do well in the Champions League, because teams are just used to winning and attacking. So they're not going to rotate the whole system to a defensive setup just for one game. Like, yeah, they can do that, but it's not the most efficient. And that's why we get more goals, because we play more high lines. And we're going with the same approach in this game. And maybe it's because we thought they were going to play with a high line, but clearly they're not. Ball in by Trent. Virg. Well over the bar. Fat W. I knew that these pants were boss. I knew that they were belters. Well worth the fiver. Well worth the fucking fiver. For fantasy football purposes, who scored and who assisted, please? Oh, Gabriel Martinelli scored. Who assisted is a great question. I think it was Odegaard. Into Martinelli. A fat W. Come on, bruv. Magey. If there's any score, if I see one score in the chat, though, I'm looking away. I'll look at the chat until I see one score, because there's always fake scores anyway. So if I see 2-1 arse, if you troll me, you're ruining it for yourselves. And James the type of guy to wear his PJs to work. Now that, Sharky, is something that I can relate to. Because I'm working, I'm a full-time YouTuber now, so I am working. And I'm wearing sick PJs. But I'd understand if I was wearing scruffy, shitty PJs. But what a save, Alisson. And sort your shit out, Liverpool. You're always doing this. Always. And it's bullshit. Letting them have spaces. Look at how much time these players have got on the ball. And it's just pivoting. It's just constant pivot. Whatever disease Virgil van Dijk's got at the moment, because people are like, oh, he's changed. His decision-making's just shit. And it seems like it's rubbing off on everyone else, but we have got the ball. It is Luis Diaz. He's cutting inside on the favoured right foot. He plays it out to Shimmercast. Shimmercast plays it in off the right foot, and it was a shit cross. But here's Thiago. Don't shoot Henderson. Brilliant. Trent. Out wide. This is where we want to be. Oh, Trent. Tommy Asu done well there. Trent isn't really well known for his dribbling, and in that case, it really went against him, because if he could dribble, he'd get so many more assists. I know it's mad to say. Let me go down to the bottom of the chat. One thing I noticed is that most of the goals conceded are from the right side. I'm not blaming Trent, but the right side, including midfield, needs massive improvement. That's the right thing to say, Rosh, lad. I agree with that, and I agree with many reasons. And the first one mainly is because the whole team, if it gets past the attack and then gets past the midfield, you're relying on your last line of defence. That's not good defending. If you're relying on a last-ditch tackle, or if you're relying on players to, like your centre-back or your right-back, to constantly get you out of trouble, you will concede goals, because an attacker with any basic technical ability always has the advantage, because they're the one who's leading the dance. They're the one who's setting the scene. And we're on the attack here. And that's why you see a select few centre-backs who can deal under that type of pressure. Right now, we're just not doing that. We're really, really not. But I agree there, Ross, lads. I think the right side is our most impactful spot. I just don't think it's directly down to Trent. I think it's the right centre-back, Matip, who's over the last 2 games or so, besides Rangers. But when you include Brighton in the start of this one, are they going for a pen? That's a pen. That's a handball. I just completely neglected that. That should be a penalty. His arms was out here. I mean, I don't know how long it was out there, but just from the one camera angle I saw, that looks like a penalty now. Am I just high on crack cocaine? Is that not a handball? Did I see it right? Are we not just being biased Liverpool fans right now? Are we all in agreement, chat, that was defo a pen? Well done, Shimmercast. Put him on his ass. Show a little bit of aggression. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. You gorgeous Greek man. That's a blatant pet. That's a blatant pet. His hand was there. He was doing the jazz hands. How is that not a penalty? That is mind-boggling to me. Uwe? Well, in shimmy. Absolutely, that was a foul. Was a foul. But that was a pen. Now, if we play bad and concede 2 more goals, we have to blame it on a poor performance. But in that one instance, we deserve a penalty there, in my opinion. I'm waiting for people in the comments to be like, nah, that's not a penalty. He didn't mean to have his arm there. The Arsenal fans are already typing in the excuses. Like, there's not any good done about it. In today's game, that's a penalty. The premise that is set, that's a penalty. The way that happened, that was a penalty. I don't know. And with the form that we're in, yes, we do need to rely on penalties to win football matches. I wouldn't have cared last year or the year before. I'd be like, we're going to go and score 2 more anyway. You know what I mean? James, what's the Arsenal of Arsenal? What's the Arsenal? Sharky, I don't know. I don't know what your shitty jokes. Sharky was born to be a comedian. Like, he's never put a football comment in this. It's always, James is the type of guy to, or it's questions like that, like the setup of a joke. Yeah, everyone in the chat's agreeing with me. I'm glad that that's the case because that to me was 100% no doubt a penalty. Referees calling for something here. It's not been the most exciting games. Arsenal have got the goal and they're doing what they need to do. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. It looks like I haven't read the chat for a little bit longer. Chat, who do you think has been the worst player so far? And who do you think's been the best? If you include both teams, who's been the worst player so far and who's been the best? We're only 17 minutes in, but if I had to edge anyone who's been the worst so far, I'd just say the whole midfield. Like, I wouldn't even say one player. I'd say the midfield, again, has been outran, outbattered, starting distance average. Have we ran more than them? Wait there, what does starting distance average mean? Where open play sequences start. Oh, okay. I'm glad I saw that little bit because I didn't know what that meant at first. Alisson can't be blamed here. The same way Alisson can't be blamed in all the other games. If it were for Alisson, we'd be 2-0 down, 3-0 down. We rely on Alisson too much now. He's now being given the David De Gea role where he's got to save 10 shots a game, and it's just not. It's not what he's maximised as. Alisson is really, really good at being alert all game, even when he doesn't have to save mega chances. That's his strongest attribute. Come on, Virg. Well done, Virg. Get it away. Arsenal putting us under some serious pressure here, though. And I don't like it. Stand your man, Trent. Trent misjudged that badly. He misjudged that really badly. Good interception from Thiago, but that was a poor pass from Arsenal. Can we get something on the attack? Luis Diaz. Brilliant ball. Lovely switch. Lovely switch. Here's Henderson playing it back out wide to Salah. We're slowing it down, boys. Keep that intensity up. I suppose it's not a bad idea, though, to try and draw Arsenal out, but I just don't think we're going to do it, to be honest. ITR is Salah. Beautiful. Good defending by Tomiyasu. It was the right idea. It's such a weird one with Salah at the moment. He does just look knackered, doesn't he? He looks absolutely knackered. Crap, I didn't put the spam thing on. Because on YouTube, you have a choice to how often people can actually write in the chat. So I'm just going to need to sort that out dead quick. Mods, if you can just ban whoever's spamming in the chat, that'd be absolutely superb. Thank you. Thank you so much. I've had a bit of a weird day as well, you know, chat. I've had a weird day in the aspect of, like, I woke up earlier, yeah, and I just didn't feel right. Do you know, like, when you just wake up and you're thinking, I just want to be by myself all day and just be in bed. It was one of those days, and with it being one of those days, I was dreading not the live stream itself, but a live stream if it was one of these typical Liverpool performances. And it looks like that's what it is. So I can't be arsed. I've got no jokes to make. I'm a shit YouTuber in these situations. It's just not good, is it? It's just not good at all. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. If I seem really low energy, I'm gonna need something mad to happen in this game to bring me up, because I feel like I can play in character sometimes. Not that I'm a completely different person, but more elevated, more louder, jokes flowing off the tongue, nice and easy. Not today. Not today. It's just not a thing. It doesn't exist. Why is it on entertainment? It needs to be on sport. All my settings for YouTube are just absolutely messed up. Where's the time thing? There's like a... Sort by... Fuck knows. I thought I knew how to do it, but apparently not. Arsenal through again. 2-1. Again, a very easy play there and just not good defending whatsoever. Trent is down. Was Trent not... Okay, so Trent's down. Have we got Calvin Ramsey on the bench? What happened there? So Trent at the moment, chat, is he's laying down. He's kind of like holding his face. I don't know if he's just making a meal or something. or if he's actually injured. But I don't think he'd make that much of a... Trent isn't the usual type to dive and sort of stay rolling down for ages. He's not that type of player who gets fouled a lot. Camera is a bit blurry. What the fuck? Why is it gone blurry like that? 1-1. Focus, blood. Focus. Focus. Why is it like that? Why is it gone full? Focus on me face, family. Why is it gone like that? I'm not into that. Yeah, let me do like a little wham. Okay, that hasn't worked. Right, let me try and do the force. Oh yeah, that looks like... Is that better? That's better. That's better. Is there a stretch yet? You're lying. You're lying. No, he's not going to be able to carry on. Trent's fucked. I'm not going to lie though, chat. Obviously, we do not want Trent being injured. It's the last thing that you need with the situation we've been in all season. Sorry about that. I just got a text message. Mad, that's mad, that. Ooh, chat, I just got some really interesting news. So, sorry if my head seems a little bit scrambled. Anyway, what was I saying there? Sorry, chat, my head's gone off course. Oh, yeah, about Trent. When it comes to Trent, very interesting one. If he gets injured, it's obviously not good because we've got one less player. But I do think a break from games is what he needs. But nah, he's sweet. He's back on his feet. Are they going to try and keep him on? Are they going to do a substitution? It looks like they're going to try and walk it off. Whatever it is, it might not be too bad. But you never know with those ligament injuries and whatnot. So, yeah. He's still jogging. Nah, he looks sound. He looks sound. Which is good to see. We don't want Trent getting injured. That's the last thing. Whoa. Hey, chat. Do you ever just sit there and your ear starts ringing? Like it makes like a ringing noise. Are you onto that? That just happened to me then, you know. I've just had a proper crazy 60 seconds. Also, if you haven't already, please do smash a like. It really helps the video, and just thank you for doing it. If you do enjoy them, means the world. Well, this has been a wonderful start, hasn't it? I know, Mr. Williams, it's been shit. Oh, we're a terrible football team. We don't know how to kick a ball. But, we might be able to get a goal before half-time, which at least keeps it alive, you know what I mean? Come on, make it interesting. If you're going to be a mid-table team, at least make games interesting. Really slow play. Trent's back on the pitch. Better, but not executed well by Diaz. Rushed by Henderson, which is this is why Henderson's like just a bit weird in a system like this. A system where you want to do long balls and get the balls into the attackers when they're running in behind. It doesn't suit Henderson because he just doesn't have that ping. He doesn't have that accuracy. Goodbye, Trent. Okay. Better. Look at all the space. Right, now it's for Jota. It's for Nunez to then track back and claim Partey there. What the shape is just all wrong. It's so annoying. It's terrible to see as well because we just weren't like this last season. There's always holes in any system. Jurgen Klopp was saying it, but this year it's just much, much worse. We're on the attack though. Brilliant! Oh, what a save from Ramsdale. Darwin Nunez again. I don't think it was a great finish, to be honest. It was a good save. It was a sound save, and it was a sound shot, but it was not. I think a lot of Premier League goalkeepers saved that chance. Was it Darwin or Luis Diaz? I think it was Darwin. We are the new Banter FC. Oh, laugh at Liverpool. We actually are, though. We are, because we went from like competing for quadruples to this. So we do deserve that title. Yeah, it was Darwin Nunez, and it was right at Ramsdale. He always shoots right at the goalkeeper. It's okay to get into these finishing positions. If you can't put them away and you're not going to trouble him, you're not going to trouble the keeper, there's no point in you starting. I'm just not a fan of Nunez. I hope all the best for him in his Liverpool career and life, but based on a prediction, I just don't think he's good enough for us. He's really not. The level just feels like it's dropped so much from what we've had in that position in the past. You know, Bobby Firmino's, Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler, the list goes on. Even Emil Heskey, I put over Nunez. Friggin' Peter Crouch definitely goes over Nunez. just based on what I've seen, okay, again, we don't know what Nunez can become, but just on basic technical ability, it just doesn't look great. It doesn't. He looks no more than any average striker in professional football. James, do you think Henderson is done out here? He's done out here playing week in, week out, for sure. Every team's got to evolve at some stage, and the role that Milner's playing now is what I'd ideally want to see Henderson playing, because he's older, he's got that experience, he's still good to have in the dressing room, but just on the pitch, he just doesn't have the same capabilities of what he once had. And every player will come out and say, oh, I'm the fittest I've ever been, and I feel like I'm the best I've ever been. You're not. You're not. You're just not as good. And even if you was the best you've ever been, everyone else has improved, and you're not the standard we need no more. We need more, and this game's heavily showing it. Henderson's just been beat. And again, more issues caused. Don't you think Ramsdale is a bit dramatic when he makes a save? Definitely. Definitely. I think that's why people overrate Ramsdale. Good goalkeeper, no better than good. No better than good. I've actually came to the conclusion he's not even better than Pickford. Like, he's not. Pickford's more well-rounded than Ramsdale, and he's also a good shot stopper. If Ramsdale didn't have shot stopping, he wouldn't be in the Premier League. Not going to lie, despite playing them now, I need Arsenal to win because City don't deserve another title. I don't care what you want. I just want Liverpool to be good. So fuck everything in your idealistic world on what you would want to happen, and if Arsenal wins, I want them to lose and lose miserably. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And do you know what? I had no right being confident going into this game. I just thought, change of formation, change in shape, I don't know. Could be the restart we need. If not, then it looks like it's just a waiting game until we can find the next solution. Anyway, ball through, and again, it's rushed. Very rushed. All of our football is. It all just seems to just be, if we don't hit it now, then we're never going to get the chance. Why does this keep going blurry? I need to make sure it's like actually level on me. I think that's what the issue is. Offside, or a foul, or whatever the fuck that was. Nunez looks class in my opinion. In what aspect, though, Curtis? Like, what has he shown to you besides his goal against Manchester City? I'll even count the one against Fulham. What's he shown other than shooting straight at the goalkeeper? James, what are you hoping for in January transfer window? Can we bring back the second half of the season? Oh! Good defending from Saliba. Really good defending from Saliba there as well. Ball was put in. Tried to get onto Diaz, and Saliba just got right in there. Who was the one who put in the ball? Because it weren't the best. So it was Nunez with the ball. Not a bad ball from Nunez, to be honest. But Saliba was able to read it and intercept it. So, what was I saying there? I always get... So, second half of the season, who would I bring in? I'd only bring in... I don't know what I'd bring in, to be honest. I would bring in quite a lot. I'd bring in a new midfielder. I'd bring in 2 new midfielders. Now that Arthur's injured, I'd bring in 2 new midfielders. Because we needed one anyway. And now that we've got, like, Naby out, Oxlade... Like, where's Naby and Oxlade? Where are they? They're injured. Thiago was rumoured to not be fit for this game. Thankfully, in the end, he was. But how long till his next injury? We actually need 3 midfielders. And then when either Oxlade or Naby go, then that's another one that we're going to need. It's fucking crazy. We don't need that many, but I think with Curtis, these are the viable options that I think I'm happy with at Liverpool right now. Curtis Jones, Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson in a Milner role. Did I say Elliott? I'm happy with Elliott as a midfield choice. And then Milner, Oxlade and Naby all need to do one. And then you need to bring in 2 more midfielders. And I just feel... what I think we're going to do is hold out this season and wait for someone like Tyler Morton to get back on loan from Blackburn and not go and invest and try and use him as that possible option, which is just not ideal and it's not what we need. And again, a chance that's been squandered wide into absolutely nothing. Like, how long until you've got to drop Salah and try Harvey Elliott or someone at right wing? Because he's done shit. That was actually a really good run by Salah. And then the second he finds himself an ounce of space, he just goes for it and it doesn't work out because he's not thinking it through. It's just so frustrating watching us at the moment. Like, proper shit. Someone just said that was a back pass. That was not a back pass. We ain't even close to being a back pass. You can still intercept it, and then your goalkeeper keeps it out the net. It's not like he's held onto the ball. The back pass rule was so goalkeepers couldn't specifically go down and pick up the ball to do anything in those advantages, so they could waste time. Oh, go on, Shimmy! Was that Shimmy? He's right, Shimmy. I get confused between Shimmy and Darwin. I was like, there's no way Darwin's just done that. He's just took out a 3 of those players with a lovely little chop. That was beautiful. Probably the best thing we're going to see all game. Go on, Costas. You haven't played too great either, but that was nice. That was nice to see. Side-to-side football, Mr. Williams, you're bang on. Nunez. Oh, what just happened there? It keeps going a bit blurry, which I don't like. Nunez has promising aspects to his game. He needs some tweaking, and he could be class. Also, doesn't help, knows zero English. So why are we starting him week in, week out is the only question I've got to ask you there, Sean. If he's not good enough now and we need to tweak some things out of his game, why is he playing week in, week out in this Liverpool team? Like, a different conversation is if you think he will be good enough. And if you do think that, I don't think that's a horrible thing to believe. I think in a good system, you can get something out of Nunez. But is he the best option for us in the long term? I don't know. But you specifically brought up right now, he's just got some things that we need to tweak. Why is he starting then? Oh, there he is! He's literally just... That's why he's starting! Yes, Nunez! Yes, Nunez! That's why he's starting! That is why he's starting! Shut me up! I know fuck all about football. I know absolutely nothing. And he is a very gorgeous Uruguayan man. Nunez, you are brilliant. You are the best striker in world football. And that is why you should be starting week in, week out. And you know fools who believe you haven't got a first touch and you haven't got any dribbling skills and you haven't got all these attributes. You need to tell them to shut the fuck up and just let them live their lives peacefully in their lovely little box room where they make YouTube videos at a very minimal standard. And you just keep scoring belter Premier League goals, even though it was a tap-in, like that. You absolutely gorgeous Uruguay. I told you all of you people out there who've been doubting Darwin Nunez, I just want to sit here and say, I told you so. I said he was world class. I said he was the greatest of the greats. I said Luis Suarez wears Darwin Nunez underpants. And here you all are sitting there in your sorrow little tears saying, oh, I doubted Nunez. That's your fault. I called it with Mane and I called it with Nunez. Best Uruguayan in the world. Do you hear me? Say capiche. Chat. I want a long chat of capiches. Capiche? Capiche. Boss. Come on, Nunez. You fucking beautiful bastard. Temporarily. I fucking love you. And we're going again. He's onside. Luis Diaz. Let's see the end product. He is just being tethered. He is just being absolutely tethered by Saliba. Like, absolutely tethered. Chat, I told you Nunez was the GOAT. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, all you just think I hate Nunez. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Nunez. And Nunez can get 15 to 20 of those a season if you provide him the right chances. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, we need to provide him the chances and the volume, otherwise he's not going to get goals. So if we do that more consistently, then you can think about playing Nunez. But why are you going to play him week in, week out in a team that systematically doesn't suit him for the sake of just finding your form? Like, yeah, you've got to get used to him, but you can do that off the bench. Either way, he's playing. And he scored a goal, which is boss. What were your GCSE results? I can't even remember, to be honest. I've never had to use my GCSEs. I got an A in English, and that's all I can remember vividly. I failed the fuck out of maths, but I was good at, I done okay at science, and I was good at business studies. I got a B in business. What else did I do? I don't know. No one cares what I got in my GCSEs. James, what was that timing? We were just talking after I said about his tweaks. I know, yeah, Sean. Sean, you just tethered me. No, do you know what? The timing definitely made me lose that debate. I am definitely known when I lose a debate. And at first I was like, why is he starting this game? That's why. well into him. I made up for Nunez. Again, I'm going to celebrate him. I'm going to say he's good. Is that Diaz down? Don't even say that's Diaz down. Diaz, get up, get up, get up. Get the fuck up now. Get up now. Get that Colombian juice down you and just get up off your fucking knees and just start playing some beautiful football and have 5-star skill. Me fucking hell, party! All over them there, son. I was about to make a joke, and it probably shouldn't be a joke that I make right now under the circumstances that Thomas Partey is in. But you were all over him there, Thomas. And you fucking know it. Outrageous. Doing that to that. You know he's skinny. You know what I mean? Would you hit a little boy? That's pretty much what you're doing there. Should be ashamed of yourself. Fucking Partey. Yeah, that's that I won't say it because that was definitely going to get me in trouble. And plus, it's all alleged. It's all alleged with Thomas Partey at the moment. So I'm very much, I believe in like evidence and all that and whatnot. And I think should give him the benefit of the doubt until everything does come clear. So no jokes from James Redmond over here. But yeah, get yourself a mag box. Yeah, I know mag boxes is a shout. Diaz is a warrior. Nunez is the best forward in the world. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. That was not said by me, by the way. That was said by PhD. Big up to PhD. Make sure that you smash a like, chat. Leave a like if you haven't already. I was going to say leave a comment, but I'm so used to saying leave a comment as well. The comments are off, so every day's sub Purple Lackey on. Purple Lackey, you probably put a shift in, to be honest. I feel like he'd instill more fear into the opposition than what these set of players are doing at the moment. But you know what, though? Over the last 5-10 minutes, much better from Liverpool. Well better, and 38 minutes played. Come on, Liverpool. We can get one more. We can do this. We can get one more. I'm sure we can. Chat, are we going to get another one before half-time? Yeah or nay? Haaland misses that in my book. Haaland does not miss that. Wait there, what does Haaland miss? What does Haaland miss? I'm trying to think. Was the Nunez goal? Oh, no, yeah, definitely. He would miss that. Yeah. Nunez is clear of Haaland. This one game proves it. How many goals has Erling Haaland scored in the last 30 minutes? How many? I'll tell you who has got a goal in the last 30 minutes. Darwin Nunez. And when Darwin Nunez and Haaland met, who won that battle? Like right now, Haaland's winning the war, but who won the first battle? When they came one-on-one. The GOAT. Darwin Serginho Nunez. I don't even think his middle name's Serginho, but I just felt like it was right to say that. Nay, yay, nay, yeah. Seems like a 50-50 in the chat, to be fair. Ball behind, defo offside. Nunez, don't be playing with me shit, lads. I've just been giving you loads of praise. That's a bold possession. That's a bold suggestion, says George. Mr. YouTube says FSG out. Chat, are you FSG out or FSG in? I feel like the majority on this channel must be FSG out because I always talk about it, unless you disagree with me. But yeah, I always talk about FSG out and what they should and shouldn't be doing. I want to know what you all think. How worried are you about City next week? Very. Because, do you know what? Even though the result right now is... Like, if you told me after 40 minutes it was going to be 1-1 against Arsenal, I'd have been like, oh yeah, so we must be doing better. We're not really doing better. We're still getting... Do you know what? I just think when Arsenal went 1-0 down, they put the foot off the gas. I think that's all it was. I think they know we can still be a dangerous team. So they're going to still treat us like we're the normal Liverpool side. Best believe Artete didn't go into the dressing room and was like, right, guys, Liverpool shit, so just go out there and play how you've been playing. There's still going to be that extra urgency that if you beat Liverpool and then you win your next games against lower caliber opposition, you're setting yourself in good stead. Firmino's coming on for Diaz from the seams of things, which is not ideal. Because I thought Luis Diaz was actually being caught, causing threats and doing okay. Got bullied by Saliba a few times, though, will not lie. Saliba did get the best of him. So Bobby is now on the pitch. Yeah, I feel like the majority of the chat said FSG out. I don't think... Oh, yeah, I can see one FSG in. One FSG in, and then really not much more. Not much more indeed. Can Hugh Jackman buy our club, promote us in Deadpool 3? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Maybe Arteta will play You'll Never Walk Alone at our time again. I know, yeah. Remember when he done that? You know what, though? He's done well at Arsenal, and I feel like with him and Arsenal, it's just gone bam, 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 bam. If anything, that FA Cup actually fucked him over because it made people believe he was better than what he actually was in the short term. He made people believe that he could work miracles in the short term, which was never the case with Arteta, but he just done really well at getting a bounce out of the team that he had then. Now that he's got a lot more of his own players, it's just so much more better. I think Arsenal are in good hands. I think they've got a good coach. I don't know where to rank him because he needs longer in the game, but right now, at this moment, one of the best Premier League managers for sure. Here's Shimikas. Into Diogo. Oh, brilliant. Oh, yeah, there's Nunez. Out wide to Salah. Don't shoot. Terrible ball. Terrible ball. People need to talk about Salah more, mate. People need to mention him. What? How was that a foul? You madman. Here's Saliba. Yeah, Arsenal just chilling, mate. They're just like, let's get this into the second half and attack them then. They're not really trying to cause us many problems, but because we're so open defensively, you can just find the problems wherever. Just broken exit doors all over the gaff. Ramsdale question. Oh, random question. What's your favourite kit of all time? Ooh, favourite kit of all time? It's a good question. There's a bunch of different things there. I'd need to think on that for a minute, you know. Oh, because I don't want to say a kit and then that doesn't end up being my favourite kit and then everyone's like, oh, that was shit. A Liverpool kit in recent history that stands out. It is the Liverpool candy kit. That's probably my favourite. I'm trying to think if there's any more, though. Because it doesn't just have to be Liverpool, which is why I'm struggling with the question. Arsenal on the attack. Get it away. Brilliant. Brilliant. Never fucked about. Cleared it straight away. That's what you need to do. But Liverpool recent history. Do you remember the season? I think it was 17-18. Basically, it was the 125-year celebration. That was a boss kit. That was a belter kit. I think we got top 4 that season. I'm not sure. But it might have even been when we won the Champions League. Got to the Champions League final. Saka. Oh, shit. Brilliant. Well in, Verge. Good tackle. James, what do you think about FSG right now? The opinion that I have of FSG right now, and the opinion that I've always had of FSG, is they don't fit or align themselves with the culture of this football club, and therefore they don't suit what fans support this football club. The Super League proves it. Champions League proves it. Just many different factors and variables to why FSG just are not best suited for Liverpool. And not to mention, besides a couple of years under Jurgen Klopp, they haven't had a great track record on the pitch and hiring managers and hiring the right transfers, let's say, and spending the money in the right areas. Yes, in the Jurgen Klopp era, there was a little bit of that, but how much is that to do with FSG if it hasn't worked out before? Jota, you should have stayed on your toes there, son. That was a great... I think that was Nunez who actually played that ball much better. Much better. Jota. He nearly had them. I reckon we'll win this game. I do. I think we're going to win it. It just... Arsenal seem a little bit weak. Like, Arsenal are good, but they're not perfect. They don't have to be perfect to beat us, by the way. Like, you don't have to be anywhere near perfect. But they're not as good as City, collectively. You can still see that. They still need improvements. But, really good team. Nunez should be coming on second half. But for the biggest thing for me is his confidence. He just needs to build his confidence. I don't think it is his confidence. I think that's a part to play. To say that confidence has no part to play is stupid, but I just think I still question his ability. But he's got a goal, and it was a tap in. Again, like how many of those can you keep getting? I don't know, but for this game, he was the right man. He's caused them problems so far. Good ball there, but it just never made the man. Either way, keep that pressure up, Trent. Keep the pressure. We don't press all the way. It's just like we get halfway there and then we retreat and we're like, shit, watch out for this counter-attack. It's like we're in two minds on how we want to defend. Like there, we get about 3 players around the, but I know you don't know where I'm up to. Like right now, Martinelli just got into an enclosed gap where he got 4 players around him and all 4 players decided to hound him like dogs. But then you get positions like now where Arsenal just playing a side to side in the midfield and we're just going halfway to the man. It's like, you're picking and choosing. You've got to reserve energy, but we're doing it too little. Anyway, good defending. Well done. Arsenal have got a corner. Come on, Liverpool, make sure you get this out. Get Salah on the ends of a beautiful counter-attack. Did you know, chat, Salah has got 11 open play goals in 46 Premier League games? Sorry, 46 games in all competitions. 11 goals. 11 goals in all competitions. In 46 open play goals, in all competitions for Liverpool. How mad's that? Like, just to think from what Salah was to what he is. Oh, it's mad. I'm starting to think if we should have signed him on a new... We should have. Hindsight's always 2020. But you know, if he's lost pace, he's lost like a major part of his game, what made him really good. And he does look slower. But Mane's looked slow for a period and came back. It could just be a physical thing. He can get back into it. I'm not saying he's finished. It's just, if he does continue this for a few more months, you have to ask the question. Because he's been doing this since January, so that'll be a whole year of shit football. And we're all over the gaff defensively at the moment. Here's Saka. Go on, get that away. Costas. That weren't Costas, that was Jota. Jota. A beautiful Jota. Jota's a good player, man. I don't know why people give him shit. Oh, yeah, Nunez. Sound play by Nunez. I like that. Kept it in. Foul. Defo a foul. Defo a foul. Yeah, yellow cards as well. I agree. Good refereeing. Where the hell did 5 come from? 5. What Solomon? Did I say something mad there? 5. Can Arsenal maintain this, or are City just too powerful? So, you're asking, can Arsenal maintain this form that they're in right now? I think they're good enough to still beat the majority of teams in the Premier League. So, yes, technically. Will that be good enough to beat City? No, I don't. And you've only lost 1 game, and you've won the rest, I believe. So, even taking that, I don't think you'll keep that form up. Because if you win every game this season and lose 3 or 4, which if you go based off the current spectrum, that's what you'd achieve. If you were in the same form for the rest of the season, that could win you the league, probably would. But I don't think you'll keep that level. It's 2-1 to Arsenal. What the fuck's Trent doing there? Gabriel Martinelli plays it into Saka. Saka scores. Yeah, do you know, before when I said I thought we're going to win this game for no apparent reason other than a change of system, I am now going to retract that statement and say the best we're going to get is a draw. We're not going to get a draw. We're fully not. We're fully not, lads. Half time. Oh, I just I don't want to be live no more, mate. I don't. I like football, but I just don't like watching shit football, and I don't like it when it's my team. And this is proper bad. Like, this is really shit. Like, that is schoolboy stuff. And the intensity just isn't there, and the players aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing constantly. Like, it's not even just a once in a blue moon thing no more, chat. It's every single game. It's every game, without fail, no matter who the opposition. Whether it's Bukayo Saka, young, promising, amazing, future Ballon d'Or winner prospect, all the way to Bob Green in fucking Kirkdale FC, who plays in the 20th division of northern English football. I don't care. We still make the same mistakes. We don't put in the intensity. We don't put in the same level of work ethic. And it's getting to a point where I just don't want to do like these watch-alongs because I don't like watching this. And I will do them because it's kind of my obligation with the profession I've chose. So I do these. Therefore, I have to articulate and form a sentence in some way to somehow keep the stream going and keep people watching the stream. I look like a homeless man at the moment as well. We sort me war guys out. But when the team that was going for a quadruple, I know people laugh at the quadruple shouts last year, but we was literally 2 games away from winning it. To them being this, like, Arsenal are good, but they're not as good as what we was last year. And Crystal Palace are good. They shouldn't have drew against us. Napoli are good. They should have never beat us 4-1. There's a common theme in all these games, and it can't just be that we're getting outperformed on an off day. It's the fact we're just not on it. And I think I've believed this a little bit now for a while. I don't know where we're going to finish. I don't know if it's going to be top. I don't think top 4 at all. And I certainly don't think we're going to be competing for those European places with the way that we're playing. So if we're going to be draw FC, Newcastle will finish above us, and friggin' Nottingham Forest will, Bournemouth will, if we keep playing the way that we are. And not to mention the big 6 teams. Chelsea have just started finding a little bit of form. City are in the groove of things. And we can't string more than a win together. So I don't think we've won more than a game in a row this season. We beat City in the Community Shield, then we drew to Fulham. We beat... Who else did we beat? We beat Ajax, then we drew to Brighton. Beat Rangers, losing 2-1 here. It's just getting to a point where you don't know what to say, you don't know how to conduct it, and it's like you need time to process these performances because they're so bad, they're so terrible, and so below par, to where I can't articulate a sentence for anyone right now without it possibly offending someone. And luckily, I'm not too arsed about offending people, but I don't ever want to go too far and call people names and whatnot, and football sometimes make you feel that way. The same way I'll say something and people want to call me a knob or a cunt or a dickhead, defo, because I've 100% got traits when it comes to those labels. However, just this game in itself is absolutely beyond me, chat. And if you can put it in any sentence for me, that'd be appreciated. I'm going to take a break in a second, but any questions or thoughts that you want on the first half, then go for it. I need a break. I need a 2 minutes. I need to step outside in my PJs. It's fucking half time. Fucking get it. All right, sorry, Glenn. Do you know what? Yeah, do you know Glyn? Glyn is like that coach, like that gym coach who's like, don't fucking give up, otherwise I'm going to smack you in the chin. Glyn, I'm on it. I've heard the pep talk before. We're still in the same boat. You shut the fuck up. How about that? How about that, Glyn? Fucking Glyn. Why would you call your kid Glyn? No offense to Glyns out there, but that's just such a boring bullshit. James is so common that it's also boring, but it's a good name, James. You can change it to James if you want. Glyn. What do you change Glyn to? Glyn. Glyn's even shitter. Glyn is just pathetic. So you shut the fuck up, Glyn, because someone with that name shouldn't be talking in the first place anyway. I feel like Liverpool are just trying to hold on to the World Cup, then hope they can change their form. Why are we trying to focus on the World Cup, Jammy? Jammy, why are Liverpool Football Club, not like Liverpool Football Country. I know we consider ourselves our own region, but fucking hell, like, we're a club. We're worried about the Premier League. This is not the World Cup. As far as I'm concerned, it's not January or December or whenever it starts. We are currently sitting on the date of... What fucking date is it? What is it? Like the 7th of September? What is it? The 9th of October. A whole month ahead of what I've just said. In the Premier League. And you're saying that we're focusing on the World Cup? Not a chance. I don't think... And do you know, if we are focusing on the World Cup, it doesn't matter. Thiago doesn't go. Fabinho doesn't start in the World Cup. Fucking... Salah isn't in the World Cup. Who else? The only one who starts regularly for their national team and our football team is Alisson. And he's a goalkeeper. Trent actually bottled even going... It's mad because I had a full debate with Rance the other day on his defending. He's got... Watch, I already know now. Rance is now going to post the debate of us talking about Trent after this game. Because I said, my argument was last season, he was decent defensively and he wouldn't be starting week in, week out if he was as bad as people make out. But after this, like this season, he's been shit every week. Like, he's been terrible. But if he was shit every week throughout his career, we just wouldn't be as good as a football team, and he's very much a part of that. Now he's going to post that debate, and it's going to make me look like a tit. I was thinking, how come he hasn't posted any debates of me and him recently? Watch now, he's going to post that debate. I can already see it. I only want to say it now so I can say I told you so when I said it on stream. Big up Rance, though. He's my G. He has mad opinions sometimes, but at least he backs it up with some sort of logic. So I like Rance. But he's going to fuck me over with that clip now because Trent has been terrible. I miss you, James. Haven't watched in a while. I love and I'm an Arsenal fan. Oh, thank you so much for coming back, Faris. I actually really appreciate that because I know I took a long break off YouTube as well. And to get that message is really lovely. So thank you for tuning back in. If you can leave a like while you're here, that'd be a belter. But if you want to go and watch your other favourite streamers as well, go for it, mate. We're saturated with content. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Solomon says many people are saying Klopp out on Twitter. No. Solomon's got a question for the chat. So, chat, do you think that Klopp should get sacked? I feel like we're going to only get one answer. Solomon, I'd like to know what you think, my friends. I'd like to know what you think on that situation when it comes to the... when it comes to Klopp. I've read that one out. Bring in Super Tuchel. No, fuck that. I wouldn't bring in Tuchel. Be arsed with that. Don't want to downgrade. Trent could be in midfield. Fabinho be at right back. Ooh, chat. This is actually a huge shout that no one's talked about at all, including me. This will never happen, by the way. So, in the true perception of alternative universes, would you play Fabinho right back and Trent in midfield? I don't think that's a bad shout, you know. Because for those who don't know as well, Fabinho used to play at right back at times for Monaco. Do you know when they had Bakayo and stuff like that? Everyone's saying fuck that. Do you know why I understand people saying no to that though? Is because Fabinho is just not a good attacker. He's not going to be able to whip the balls in. So I actually really understand. In fact, no, I wouldn't. But maybe for certain games. Maybe I would. But not week in, week out, no. Everyone's just like, fuck that, James. Play Shimmercast right back. Chat, would you play Shimmercast right back? I love the way we're just going through the whole squad. Yeah, here's the options at right back. You've got Fabinho, you've got Calvin Ramsey, and you've got Shimmercast. Out of all those options, who are you playing at right back? Fabinho, Shimmercast, or Calvin Ramsey? You can choose another player. No, and Gomez on that list. Out of those four, who do you play right back if it's not Trent? Out of all the options that we've got, who are you putting at right back? Do you persist with Trent? Do you go with the others? I want to know. Let me see. So I'll try and split this into a percentage from the chat. So someone said there's one for Ramsey, one for Gomez, two for Shimmercast, another one for Gomez. A lot of people. Someone said Nunez at right back. He'd probably do better than that. I'm messing. No, do you know what? Joe Gomez. I think that's probably the best solution in the short term. Jim Bobby just said Milner. There was a reason why I never mentioned Milner, Jim. There was a reason why I never mentioned Milner. We're trying to not see him. I like Milner, but we're just not MK Dons. We're not Leighton Orient. We're not Portsmouth who are in fucking League One. We're Liverpool. We should not be playing James. He'd be world class for those teams. For us, he's just... I don't think most Premier League teams would start James Milner now. He was linked with Leeds, and Leeds were going to bring him back home. I don't even think Leeds are playing. I don't think Leeds are playing. Klopp player manager. He'd do better in the defence now than what we've been seeing. Andrew fucking Robertson. Play him fucking right back, why don't you? He just would not suit right back. He hasn't got a weak foot to save his life. Whoa. Jake's just said James is a legend, but he's old now. You're so ass, but you did say that you love me still. I'm not that old. Got like a little bit of a patchy beard, but I'm not old. That just made me feel dead shit, that. I just feel dead like irrelevant now. It's like you've had your Mane video, you're worth nothing no more. You've never lived up to it since, and you're old. That was dead depressing. I'm just a shit fucking YouTuber, but I love being a shit YouTuber. What happened to the greatest team ever? Says John. Overhyped your own players too much when they went. They show how bad they are. It looks 10 times worse. John, the reason why that's a flawed comment, if you're going to direct it to myself, is because, first of all, I was saying these players were the best in the world when they were playing to the level of the best in the world. There was a point where Van Dijk on form was the best centre-back in the world. There was a point on form for a long period of time where Robertson was the best left-back, Alisson the best goalkeeper, Fabinho the best DM, Salah the best player, Mane the best player. Like, we've had players who have been in the world, top 3, top 4, top 5. Therefore, that puts them in the conversation to be in that mode, because we're not saying they're better than Messi overall. We're not saying they've had better careers than Ronaldo. But in that period of time, Jonathan, we said that them players was as good because they were showing it on the football pitch. Hence why we were able to accumulate 92, 97 and 99 points. Did we win the league? No, but we were still well better than some of your favourite teams in Premier League history because these players were so good. It was just a shame that we came up against a very competitive and also slightly better team in Manchester City. But in any other era, it beats the Invincibles, it beats the Manchester Uniteds because they've shown to that level of dominance and to that level of intensity when they were playing at their best, that they were deserving of those conversations. And if you're going to call us ludicrous, call the Ballon d'Or ludicrous, which it is, but call the player awards ludicrous. These players don't just get Ballon d'Or shouts for shits and giggles. They won't win it because for some reason they didn't win it when they deserved it. But these players were good enough to be in those conversations. And that's why, Jonathan, we were talking about those players in that vein. So you can say, oh, you're being proven wrong now. No. Some players have got older. Some players haven't kept that form, but it doesn't mean they were never that good. And at one point, they was that good. So for anyone who's like, oh, you were proven wrong because you said the players were world class. No, it's just, it's like saying Rio Ferdinand's a shit footballer because he's now retired and doesn't play no more. Yeah, his best days are behind him, but you don't call him a shit player because he's not as good as he used to be. Like, I know it's different because these are still players, but they were the best in their positions. Some of them were the best in their positions, or one of the best for a long time. So, Jonathan, I think your argument's flawed there, mate. A bit on that one because I've been fuming, but I deserve a bite. What does Calvin Ramsey do to start over Trent, mate? Play Trent in midfield. So hang on a minute. So you've even just said the door. Joe Gomez is coming on the pitch right now, which I'm actually very for. But you're saying why Calvin Ramsey? Because if you're going to move Trent in midfield, you need someone to accommodate at right back. Calvin Ramsey's the only other legit right back, but Gomez is now on the pitch. Gomez is now on the pitch. Guys, I am just going to quickly get me water, though, because I did completely forget and I was supposed to take a 2-minute break. Turns out I'm not doing that no more, so do give me a second. The game is literally about to kick off. Guys, I'm going to be gone for 1 minute, but let me just sort the timer out first. Arsenal about to kick it off. Hopefully I don't miss a goal while I'm away. Make sure you're still booming in the chat as well. Thank you for the support over half-time. And we're off. There we go. We're off. Right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, chat. Hopefully I don't miss nothing. In fact, let me get the game up on my phone in case I do. Because I don't want to miss no goal reactions, but I'm only going to be just outside the room. Just going to take a quick second. The game's just started. Bear with me. Up the Reds! Right, chat. Oh, I'm back. I'm back, you fools. I'm back, you filthy animals. What have you been up to? Trent's on the bench. I don't think it's because of an injury. I think it's because he's just being diabolical at football in this football match. So, we are where we are. Nothing's happened in the second half so far. I kept up to date. I never missed nothing. And it's annoying because the game is ahead on my phone. Like, by a lot. But Arsenal threw on to... Oh, the through. Come on, Gomez. Stand your ground. Matip, that was poor judgment. Well done, Verge. Well done, Verge again. Well done, Shimmercast. Now, that was much better defensively. But it was very last-stitch, so you need to do better in the midfield. Oh, well done, Matip. Good defending, boys. That was well better. Well better. I'm glad that Klopp's... That could be a turning point, you know, chat. You know, that moment right there, bringing Joe Gomez on, could really set out a really unique set of events over the next couple of games. And I do think you rotate Trent and Gomez. Maybe if Trent is coming up against a weaker opposition, let's say, play him for the creativity, or finally start analysing the idea of trying to play him in midfield. I know Klopp's been against it before, but even geniuses have been proven wrong. And what really makes them geniuses is if they overturn decisions, what was working for them before. You know, it's like any business that you've ever thought of. You know, you have to approach with the times. And right now, Trent is just getting exposed a hell of a lot. And it's not just him, it's the team around him. And you need a team to help him defensively. And I still don't think he's as bad as everyone says. But in the situation where he's getting about 3 players on one most of the time, and he's got to try and mark between multiple players, he's going to make mistakes just as everyone else. Everyone else was just as much to blame for those goals before as Trent. It's just Trent's going to get talked about it. But Trent did need to be taken off 100% because he's still the weakest link of that defence. It doesn't mean he's an overall bad defender. He's been terrible this season now, and that's why Gomez needs to play. He does. I did release a video on the week on Trent and I defended him, and I said he wouldn't be in the team week in, week out if he was as bad as everyone says he is. That's just that. I see that as fact. That if you can give me a legit reason to dispute that, I see that as fact. But I'm always happy to be proven wrong. Come on, Verge. Oh, and then Verge is out. No, that's Matip who's out of position. Not being strong enough in the tackle, and then he's out of position. It pisses me off. Even in one-on-one stand-up tackles, we're not good enough. Look at all the space that's set. Do you know right there as well? Do you know if Odegaard wanted to try and find space to pass the ball to Saka, it's another goal for Arsenal. You can just see so many ways. Arsenal actually should be a lot more in the lead. They're just not playing the right passes in the final third. Arsenal actually haven't been good enough today. How has Saka just missed that? Like, I know it was was that offside? I don't know if it was offside, but whatever Saka just done was interesting. It doesn't matter because he scored. We have been trash ever since the Champions League. We've gotten used to losing, in my opinion. Yeah, it's weird, Suski. Susko. I don't know how to say your name, brother. I really do apologise. If you can tell me like a proper way to pronounce it, that'd be appreciative because I don't want to be disrespectful. Oh, I just had a sip of water and it went down the wrong goal. I was doing so well at not coughing and then it just came up to me last minute. Yeah, chat, I'm sorry, yous. I know I'm supposed to be more energetic, and I usually am, but weirdly enough, even elevated James still goes off a lot of energy and a lot of degree to, actually trying to stay alive. Like right now, I don't want to be. I just want to be asleep. I just want to kip, have a belter, and not think about football, because when Liverpool are losing, football is not a sport I like to be involved with. I'm very much a UFC man at that point. No, and fucking hell. Gabriel's just absolutely done in Nunez, like absolutely tethered him. I've just spat everywhere. Straight Arsenal dominance, man. Klopp was serious about winning. Klopp was serious about winning Champions League. He doesn't care about the Premier League and he's focused on Champions League. Susk, I think that's very false. I just think he's not being able to be better than Pep. I don't think it's a case of he doesn't care about the Premier League. There's no reason why he wouldn't care about the Premier League, so I don't think that's true. I definitely don't think that's true. I feel like people just jump the gun too much with Jurgen Klopp. They really do. And like I said before, unless like I see something different in this game, in the short term, I'm going to be fuming, but you still won't see me jumping on Klopp's back. I need to see a lot more than that. Oh, go on, Gomez. See what I mean? Gomez has got a decent level of attack and like he can do it if he wants to progress. Look at Chimikas with all that space over there. Henderson holds the ball. Plays it in. Oh, brilliant chance. Oh, Firmino! I've been telling you about Firmino. I have been telling you. Game changer, my son. Give the man a contract. Give the man a contract. What he adds to this squad on a value sense is insane. And that finish was not an easy finish to take. Talk about confidence. Everyone says, oh, Darwin needs confidence and that's why he needs to play. Fair enough. But you also need to be playing Firmino because he's actually someone who has confidence. He's not trying to build it. He knows this team. He's got the experience. Brilliant ball from Jota, by the way. And he's got another goal against Arsenal Football Club. And that was a fucking beautiful strike. Rolled off the ground nicely. In my opinion, right now, Firmino's our best number 9. Chat, is that a W or an L? Is that a W or L? Firmino, number 9. Either way, it's 2-2 and I need to change the score. Come on, it's going to be 3-2 to the mighty Reds. I can feel it. I can feel it. All that depression that I've been feeling was for a reason. It was for a reason. I know it. I fucking know it. I fucking know it. Come on, Bobby, lad. You absolutely gorgeous specimen. What a club legend, by the way. WWWW. Yep. I'm glad the chat agrees. Bobby Firmino finally earning the number 9 shirt. What can I say? Because before, I always looked at him like, you just suit number 10. You just suit that number. I know it was Mane's number, but he just suited it more. Whereas this season, the goals he's getting, mate, don't mind if I do. In a big game against Arsenal as well. That's a massive goal. And that was actually a well-taken finish. Like, it weren't a tap-in. It weren't anything mad. Like, listen, a goal's a goal. A goal's a goal. But it's encouraging to see a player create a goal out of what was still a very difficult chance. So I think that's a W. I think he's our best number 9 at the moment. And in a front two, chat, let me know if this is a W or an L. I think Firmino as a support striker, like, look at that. I know it never went all the way to Nunez, but that was the perfect, or Jota, but that was the right idea, the perfect idea. It looks like Nunez is now on the left as well, which is interesting. But as a support striker, Firmino's a beast. Firmino is a beast. I think that suits him way more. Way more. Either way, it's 2-2 and the game's on, mate. Chat, are we about to make a comeback and win this game? Because that's all we need to do. We just need to beat Arsenal, and then you never know what can happen, you know what I mean? Never know. Either way, do you know what? I always get excited that we could come back into games, and then I forget how shit our defence is. I'm not going to get too excited. I'm going to say no to take it. Like, if you told me, would you bite your hands off for a 2-2, I'd say no. Because one, I like my hand, and two, I'd never lose a hand over a draw. And a draw just isn't that significant in all honesty. It's way better than a loss, but still. Like, I'd rather risk and go for the win than just sit back and get a draw. Like, listen, for me, it's either top 4 or give me 9th and 8th. I don't want Europa League or fucking Conference League. I just want, like, I want a season where we don't have to play that many games. So it's, if we don't get Champions League, give me 9th or give me 8th. Like, I just don't care. I just do not care. This season for me is like pretty much a write-off already. I'm just here to see good football. No, because our defence is a clown show. It's so true. This is the best Bobby I have seen. I think, do you know what? I don't even think it's the best Bobby you've seen. I think it's just because everyone else is so shit. Bobby's the only one who's keeping to a certain level of performance. And it's why I always talk about the type of player that Bobby is. He's always a good option to have. Like, always a solid option. Look at that trim, mate. Look at the trim. I went into the shower before this, so it's all over the gaff. And I didn't want to come on screen with like a mop head, like a soaking mop. But it was what it was. Guys, if you can smash it like that, it'd be absolutely superb. This has been a decent game, or a decent second half. The first half was a little bit sketchy, but much better now. It looks like we're fighting more. Ooh, space all day. It looked like he trampled on him a little bit there, to be honest. So Arsenal players are down. Also, chat, do you think Arsenal are just playing for a draw now? And we're the ones going for a win? Because it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. I think Arsenal would be sound with a draw. Everyone's saying that Jesus got battered. Oh, is this serious? It didn't look like a good tackle. I hope he's okay, mate. I do. Gabriel Jesus has been lighting up the Premier League. He's a pleasure to watch. He is a pleasure to watch. I hope that he's not injured. Like, if he's missing the game, then I don't mind, but this looks serious, so it looks like it can be more than just missing the rest of the game. And like I said, I like watching him, so I hope he's not injured. He's like one of my favourite players in the Premier League so far this season. Give Bobby a contract for sure. For sure, give him a contract. He deserves it. And, like, even if he's in the last year of his contract now, I believe. And with that being the case, I do think you need to give him a new one, especially if he's earning it the way that he's earned it. Like, Salah was playing shit before we gave him a new contract, you know what I mean? He deserved it based on the credit he had in the bank. But Firmino has the same credit in the bank. It's just, he's now putting in the performances again in a time where we need someone like Firmino. Yeah, people in the chat are saying that it looks serious. People, get your prayers in for Gabriel Jesus, mate. We never want to see anyone. I never saw that. Let me have a look at this. Was it an elbow? Do you know what? People are probably going to have a real big go at Shimmercast for that. They're both running a high pace. It's an intense game. You've got to put a little bit more strength into certain things. I don't think he's intentionally meant to hit him. His arms are a little bit erratic, but I don't think there's anything too much there to blame someone terribly. Either way, he's all right. He's on his feet. He's not dead, so that's always a good sign. I think he's all right. I think he's all right. He was lied down for a bit because he got jawed, but he's sound. He'll stay on the pitch. I kind of knew he was okay there. I just weren't going to say it in case he weren't. I watch the UFC all the time. He got clipped, basically. You know what I mean? That's basically what it was. It was just a collision. that ends up with his chin on Shimakasa's forearm. Go on, Costas. Get your cheap shots in there, lad. Do you think we can win the Champions League? No. If we played well, like if we weren't getting results, we're playing well, I'd say yeah. But we're not even playing well, so no. Like, if we were effective and efficient, like if we had 5 at the back, weren't playing good football, but we knew how to see out games and defend, then yes, but we don't. So, I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. Would you sign Suarez back at January? No. It doesn't really make sense. I don't know though. Like, if he was all right for joining on like a 6-month loan deal or like a 6-month contract where he's not on extortionate wages, then yeah, sure. Because in the short term, that's boss. You know what I mean? And to have Suarez there for Darwin, it's literally like the perfect example. But that's too ideal for all that to be the case. Like, if he was going to join, he'd want mad wages. And he'd probably expect a certain amount of game time. So many factors and variables. And is he a Klopp player? Attitude-wise, I just don't think he is. I don't think... His football and attitude, I think he's more than a Klopp player. I just think, based on the controversy that he brings, it's not a Klopp player. But that's just me. But he's a winner, and I'm never against winners. And when he went to Atletico, they won the league. But nah, I wouldn't bring him in for a long time. Chat, would you bring in Luis Suarez, yes or no? W or L? Luis Suarez back to Liverpool in January for 6 months. Would you take that? Would you do that? Should we sign Diego Lane? Fucking hell, just bring back Fernando Torres. Bring back fucking Robbie Fowler. Get Kenny out of the Kenny stand. Bring him back. That was a beautiful shot by Xhaka. Oh, beautiful control before the shot. Sorry. W for 6 months. 6 months, big W. Yeah, for 6 months, I'd do that. If fees are paid for, who's going to pay for them? Who's going to pay for them? Like, because he's not at that Uruguayan club no more, is he? He went there for a little bit, and I swear he's already left. I think he was just there for the rest of what their season was. So no, I don't think he's not actually at a club at the moment, which is why I'm assuming he probably want a decent amount of wages. But yeah, like I don't know, paying a player for $100,000 a week for someone who might not play week in week out could just be too much. Because he's not that long term option. I don't think it makes sense, but it's something that I would do just for the fact that it improves our squad. But I don't know, mate. It won't happen, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But please do smash a like, chat, if you are enjoying the stream. I felt very rusty today, but I feel like I'm okay now because we're playing some alright football. But I have felt rusty today, so I apologise. James, what is your all-time Liverpool 11? Ooh. All time's a mad one because there's a lot of great players before I was born. I'll do in my lifetime just to make it easier. So in goal, Alisson. Left back, Robertson. Right back, Trent. You just see a lot of players from this team. Centre backs, I'm going to go with Sammy Hippier and Verge. Like Sammy Hippier was just unbelievable. And again, I'm going off my lifetime. Oh! Line clearance by, was that Shimikas? Look at Shimikas getting stuck in, mate. Well in, Shimikas. Let me have a look at this play before I continue. Tomiyasu, and then it went off Matip. Matip's had a dodgy game. Good defending from Shimikas. Well in, son. So anyway, back to me 11. I've gone with Alisson, Robertson, Trent, Van Dijk, Hippier. If you disagree with anything, then let me know. Midfield, Gerrard, and Xabi Alonso. I'm just going to go with a 2-man midfield so I can go with like 4 up front. Left mid, Mane. Right mid, Salah. Striker, Suarez. It's either Fowler or Torres. Chat, Fowler or Torres. Help me out on the last one because I'm in 2 minds when it comes to that. I've got Suarez. So me midfield is Gerrard, Alonso. Me wingers is Mane, Salah. Strikers, you've got to go with Suarez as one, but who's the other? No, fuck Risa. John Arne Risa was great going forward, but I'd still rather Robertson. He's a much better defender than Reece. Torres, Fowler, Torres. A lot of people are saying Torres. Fowler was a beast, though, don't underestimate Fowler. I actually think there was more things Fowler was good at than Torres, but Torres was just so good at his game. Or his Arsenal. Boys, please, just get something out of this game. I'd actually rather draw, because we're probably not going to win City anyway, so it doesn't matter. So now it's just about getting out of this game. We're the 18th youngest team in the league. So we are the third oldest team in the Premier League. That's a disgrace. Yeah, everyone's just saying Torres. Arsenal, the second youngest team in the league, and we're the third oldest. That is crazy. That is mental. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, Owen's a shout. For the brief period of time, the only player who I've seen exceed that version of Michael Owen was Luis Suarez. For like a brief stint, but for longevity, you can't go with either of them. No, Michael Owen's a shout. A few people are saying, where's Michael Owen? No, that's fair. That's fair. Salah really embarrassing us and himself. He is actually nothing without Mane. Georgie, I don't think it's anything to do with Mane. People need to... I love Mane, and we are definitely a worse football team without Mane. But we're not as bad as what people... Like, we would still be where we are if we had Mane. We would. Mane would not be dragging us out of games single-handedly. We'd be better. We might be higher, but we wouldn't be first, and we wouldn't be top four. Like, it's not because of Mane. Salah's gone shit. Salah was shit at the second half of last season when Mane was playing the best football we've seen him play in recent history. Salah was still shit. Salah was good in the first half of the season where Mane was a little bit dropping off. So there's not really any premise there. It's just Salah has been shit. It's not because of Mane, and it's not because of any... What I blame it on is the team not playing too well, but also Salah himself. Especially today, he's received enough of the ball to make something happen, and he hasn't made it happen. Salah is a creator now, not a good scorer. But he's not a good creator, and he's an even better scorer than what... Like, Haaland is making Salah look shit, but before Haaland arrived, Salah was looking like a monstrous goal machine. Like, breaking records in insane times, and breaking every record that you can possibly get. Salah is a beast at goal scoring. Why take away his main attribute? One, it's because he's got a bit worse as a player, and two, it's because the team just aren't playing to his strengths. Swerve trying to make him a creator. It wouldn't be a bad shout to maybe move Salah into striker, see if it makes a difference. I don't think it'll suit him, but I can't really judge on it until I see it. Diaz is a good replacement, but I don't know what happened to Salah. I think he's a bit bigger and a bit slower. Otherwise, I can't think of why he's been this bad. Gomez has been brilliant since he came on the pitch. I agree. I think Gomez, since he came on the pitch, has been superb. Here comes big Ibu Konate. Come on, my G. Oh, I love Konate, lad. Yeah, fuck off, Salah. You've been shit today. I love you, but you shouldn't be starting. It's just the harsh truth. It's like when your mate gets fat. You should tell them that they're fat. You should, because they're fat. And if you love them, you want them to feel happier within themselves, and you want them to actually be healthy. Health is the number one thing you can have in this world. So if you've got a fat mate, say that they're fat. The same way I'm going to tell Salah, someone who I love very, very much, and has won me every trophy for my football club, you are shit at this moment. Anyway, we're on the ball. Here's Nunez. Come on, Nunez. Good hold-up play there by Nunez. It was actually Jota who fucked that one up. And again, Arsenal are on the counter. Get your shit together, Liverpool. Salah is off, point proven. No, Georgie, not point proven. You said it was Mane. Wait, Georgie, was you the one who said Mane? Let me make sure I'm not getting you confused with someone else. Oh no, yeah, George. I agree. I thought you were the guy who said that he's nothing without Mane. I don't think it has anything to do with Mane. I think it's like what you said. He just hasn't played good enough. Alexander-Arnold is not playing as good as the 1920 season. No one's playing as good as the 1920 season. Everyone's playing shit. Which shows to me that it's collective, harmony thing. Like, it's not just one player or two players, it's everyone. Everyone's playing wank. Did you hear the next door neighbour then shouting at the kids? It's always the case in Kirkdale, mate. George says, I was Thogden. It was interesting with Thogden because a lot of people gave me shit, saying like, "Oh, why are you at the stadium with a Tory?" Now, from what Thogden told me, he's not a Tory. And if there's a clip out there of him admitting that he's a Tory, then fair, I'll concede the point. But the reason why people were fuming is because they thought I took Thogden the game, and they're like, "Oh, why are you giving him a ticket and not an actual Liverpool fan?" I never took Thogden the game. He got tickets from UEFA and decided to take me to the game. And I got mega shit. Like, people were saying to me, "Oh, you're not a proper Scouser," and this, that. Like, from what I've met with Theo, and I judge people not based on where they're from, and I don't just assume they're a Tory because they're Southern. I base them off how they treat me, and he's treated me with respect. I've known him for a while. I think he makes good content, and from a YouTuber to it, they've got a chance. Here's a chance. Here's Arsenal. Here's fucking Arsenal. He's actually held the ball on for ages. There it is, Granit Xhaka. Brilliant defending, Ibu. Brilliant, Ibu. Ibu is back. Ibu is fucking back. He's right, son. He's right. That's what you need in the defence. A little bit of urgency. I knew Ibu would be good for this game. That's why I was thinking, why have we played Matip? Matip's better for when you're dominating the ball and you want to have good build-up play. Kanate's better for when you're receiving loads of chances and he's going to get in the way of shots. But yeah, anyway, like Theo asked me to go to the game and he passed me a ticket for free. Tickets that was given to him by UEFA. So don't be fuming because he got tickets. Like, he's a football YouTuber. Liverpool, there's not a rule to say you've got to be a Liverpool fan to go to Liverpool games. It's a football, and it's like when you go to Barcelona and you go to the Camp Nou. You're not a Barca fan, but you'll still go because it's something to do while you're in Barcelona. You get to see different stadiums. But yeah, oh my God, that was terrible defending. Saka's got a chance. Great save. Again, out. Get it the fucking way. This is what Klopp meant when he said we're going to defend the shit out of Arsenal. Oh! Get it away! Thank fuck for that. Oh, shit. And hell, that was scary. That was scary. Oh, and it's a penalty. Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, I can't be arsed with this shit no more, chat. I just can't be fucked with it. Like, I cannot be bothered. Oh, I can't be bothered. I cannot be fucked, mate. Like, this is just so bullshit. Oh, chat, I don't even want to, I don't even know. I just, YouTube, I'll retire from YouTube now, happily. I got 50k subscribers. I never got a plaque. I never got a plaque off YouTube. But I've been a 2-time, full-time YouTuber. And this is just dead shit. Oh, I'm not looking at the chat because I don't want to see if they scored or not. And the teams are beefing and there's a penalty. And this is dead wank. Oh my God. Are my notifications off on my phone? Yeah, they are. I never make that mistake. Oh, I know I need to yawn because I'm tired. Was that a red card? Oh, was Thiago just got given a red card? I never even saw that bit. Oh, okay, so now Granit Xhaka's beefing with Henderson. Granit Xhaka, you've been playing well for 6 weeks, mate. All right, stop thinking you're mad. Chat. Oh, it's just taking the piss as well. They're trying to stab me while I'm already stabbed. They're trying to stab me for the 9th time. I've already been stabbed 8. Anyway, it's Saka with the penalty. Let's just be honest. He's going to slot it. I'm trying to make sure that I don't see the chat from the corner of my eye because I don't want to know if he scored this or not. Oh, please. I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look. I am very happy with looking at the wall for this moment. Oh, how are you doing, Wall? It's nice to see you. How's your day been, Wall? Yeah, mine's been shit. Because we just said shit at footy. Oh, please. Alisson, just be a massive Brazilian bastard and just tether the kid. Just tether him. Just, oh, lad. Come on. Come on. Come on. Do what fucking Donnarumma done to him. Oh, he went the right way, but he scored. Oh, such a good penalty as well. Oh, no. Definitely not. Definitely not. That's my neighbour's kids, by the way. They've got like 2 babies. So if you do hear them, bless them. The Belter kids, mate. Whenever I see them, I'm like, do you want anything from the shop? And they're like, yeah. And they give me a fucking long list of shit that they all want from the shop. And then now they wait for me to come outside the house to be like, are you going to the shop, James? And I'm like, yeah, what do you want? They'll be like, Rio, Haribos, wine gums, friggin' Monster Munch, Skips. Speaking of Skips, I might have a packet of Skips. Because do you know what, mate? Do you know what I do when I'm sad, chat? And let me know if you do the same. I have lots and lots of field. I have a lot of scran. Let me know if you do the same. Oh, yeah, we've got a chance. We've got a chance. Oh, and of course. Oh, of course. It just goes absolutely fucking nowhere. Well, I don't even know what I'm saying there. It goes fucking nowhere. Nowhere. Skips, if you want to sponsor me, go for it. Yeah, the ref needs to be sacked. He doesn't, though, does he? Let's be honest. He's better than most refs. The referee hasn't been good, but they're never good. You can never rely on referees in the Premier League to win your football matches. You've got to do it yourself. And we are not doing it. So, as far as I'm concerned, everyone excited for the top 10 race this season then, people? Vibes only. Hey, do you know what? The Championship isn't that bad anyway, you know, chat. It's not that bad. We're actually rich in the Championship. Did you know that? Like, if we went to the Championship, we'd be like top 5 richest teams. Maybe top 4. And we wouldn't be getting like outspent by Villa and all these teams. Like, think about how good Harvey Elliott was in the Championship. He would shone out in the Championship. So for all those, you might not like the idea of getting relegated. It means we win football matches. And it means Darwin Nunez will get 30 goals a season instead of 20 or 15 or 10. But we move, fam. We move. Harvey Elliott came on. I'm not getting excited. I don't care about a draw, chat. I am retired. I am now, from this moment on, James Vibesmond. James Vibesmond. Redmond is now retired, a happily single man who lives with his dog called Rhubarb, who so happens to be a Yorkshire Terrier. Takes her on walks, gets back to his, and chills with his dog Rhubarb. James Vibesmond will be on these live streams going forward. It's James Vibesmond TV, because we're vibes only. We feel me, cat? And you know what I mean? I think that's well better. Ugh. James, I thought you were dating Ruby. Sharky, you're a liar. Sharky, you knew I weren't dating Ruby. You're just trying to take the piss. Chat, do you all reckon? Like, have you ever thought once before that me and Ruby are dating? Because that's funny if so. I can kind of get the logic because that's what most people use nowadays, but have you at any point ever thought we were dating? Because I thought that we proper made it evident we were just mates. Like proper friend zone vibes. What I mean? She's sick, Ruby, don't make. Proper angel. Major superstar. Klopp's lost the plot. Klopp's lost a lot of things at the moment, mate. You know what I mean? He needs to get his glasses back. Salah, not one shot on target. Listen, lad. 300 grand a week. Don't matter if I tiddly fucking do. Not gonna lie, James, you've got the sauce to do so. You are the white Harry Pinero. Oh, that's a belter compliment. I'll take being the white Harry Pinero. He's got game for days. I do have game. Chat. I know I might be quite deceiving sometimes, but do you know when it comes to the ladies, I'm alright when it comes to the chat. I'm not perfect, but I'm sound. Like, I can talk to girls and I can make them laugh, and I feel like when you make them laugh, you're halfway there. Oh. It's the one thing I'll pride myself on. I'm better. Like, I'm more... I wouldn't say funnier, but I'm more... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, more witty when I'm around people. When I'm on camera, that's actually my worst form when it comes to communication. But because I'm so used to talking to people, I know what makes them laugh and what people don't like and different types of people. So when it comes to the ladies chat, I'd say I'm a solid 7 out of 10. My success rate is better than our win rate at the moment. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for fucking free. So no, I do my bits, mate. Know what I mean? Nah, you're not that lucky, James. Wow, Francesca, what are you on about? Ruby would be the lucky one if you're talking about that context. We actually let Mane go over Salah, feel sick. Innit? Nah, Mane was always going to go. He always wanted to go. That deal had been done for a while. Mane wouldn't have signed a new contract with us, I don't think. Not because he didn't want to play for Liverpool. Well, he didn't want to play for Liverpool, but it's because he wants to play for Bayern. Like, I'm sure if he stayed at Liverpool, he'd been happy to stay at Liverpool. But who cares? Because if Mane was still here, we'd still be wank. We wouldn't be playing good football. No way. Well, What's Mane going to do when we can't even pass the ball well into the attack? Well, please tell me. And you know, if you can tell me that information in the next 6 minutes of this game, that'd be fucking brilliant, mate. That would be actually superb. Let me try and get this more onto me. You're onto that scene in Step Brothers chat where they have the wedding at the start of the film and they're like, this wedding is horseshit. This game is horseshit. Proper horseshit. But at least Nunez scored. And who else scored? Firmino. I'm happy for Firmino. Because guess what's going to happen with Firmino? He's going to run down his contract. He's going to leave Liverpool. And we're all going to be like, oh, we shouldn't have sold Firmino. Oh, we shouldn't have sold him. Because everyone at bell ends. Oh. People actually made fun of Southgate, saying Trent can't defend. Southgate was right. To be honest, do you know, I don't even like Southgate, yeah. He's right to not start Trent. He's right to. Like, he actually is. Like, I'd be starting Trippier and Walker and Reece James above him right now. Plus, England have got good right backs. It's not a bad thing if Trent doesn't play over them. But, yeah, lads, I just don't like Southgate. I don't think he's a good manager. This game stinks like dirty feet. I can't blame it. I can't take it anymore, says Mr. Williams. Jack Brown says, poor from you, calling Rangers average opposition. Can't wait to see what you're saying after Wednesday. You are... No, it is the thing, Jack. I usually like to dance around topics to make people feel happy. I feel like I was being generous calling you average opposition. What did I say? Did I say above average? No, I said average. How lovely I am, Jack, because you are worse than average. You are bang average. If you were in the Premier League, which would never happen if you were in the English game, because you would at best get Championship. If you were in the Premier League right now with the set of players that you put out against us on the other night, like Ryan Kent couldn't even play for our backup team, let alone our first team or anything along those lines. His level was our under-23s. If you want to play against our under-23s and possibly get a draw out of that game, Jack, then by all means, you absolutely go for it. But from true definition, you are a fucking bang average team. And the reason why I say that is because you played at a bang average level against us, and you will play it at a bang average level against many teams that you decide to play on a week-to-week basis. So without me dancing around too much, Jack, and to finally reach the destination and conclusion of what I'm trying to say, no, you're not average. You are dead wank. And if you were in this Premier League or any other top 5 league, you would be fucking shit, mate. So you enjoy your little your one Scottish Premier League in the last 10 years or whatever, and have a belter with it. And I actually like Rangers, so I'm disappointed you've just made me do that, Jack. But that was just stupid to say. You are average, and you know you're average. In your league, you're world class. In the world, you're shit. Absolute wank. And so are we. So even Stevens, Jack, you know what I mean? Even Stevens. And he probably will beat us Wednesday. About Trent, do you think it's poor form, or Klopp has told Trent to mainly go attacking instead of being a paper book right back? Yeah, Klopp's definitely telling Trent to go forward and put all the spam and crosses in that he wants, you know what I mean? Like, for sure. But Trent isn't even doing that right. Decision-making's being poor. Is that another pen? It's a corner. Yeah, Van Dijk and Gabriel Jesus just had a little collision. James, seriously, how does it go from chasing top 4 to this? It was supposed to be the league, wasn't it? And then it was supposed to be top 4. And what is it now? Chat, what? Yeah, chat. Where are we finishing at the end of this season? If you had to put all the money in the bank account on where we're going to finish, seriously, like, think about all your money in your bank account, all the money you're going to make over the next year in your bank account. That's what's on the line. Where are Liverpool finish? If you get it wrong, you lose your job. If you get it right, 5th, 8th, 6th to 8th, 8th, 5th, 12th, 7th, 6th, 11th, 6th. Not many people are saying top 4. Hardly 4th. Hardly 4th. I just hope we get one trophy, Carabao Cup, most likely. That's the one trophy that wouldn't mean much to me this year. The Carabao Cup's a trophy that I only ever really want if we haven't won anything else, or if we haven't won a trophy for a long time. Then, like, if I'm in Spurs' position, or us before Klopp came in, I'll take a Carabao Cup. Now that we've just won it, again, I'll still take it, but I'd much prefer an FA Cup. Like an FA, just because there's more heritage behind that trophy and it means more. But yeah, to be honest, yeah, with the form that we're in, if you told me we got a League Cup this season, that'd be a miracle. It'd be nice to just have that celebration as well, because that'd be easily the best moment we're going to have this season. Oh. I can't wait for this game to finish. I just want to get me match reactions on and be over and done with, because this game has been terrible. James, you need to do a show dedicated to FSG, seriously. Even though Klopp has had more in subs, etc., he's simply not being backed by back to success he's had. No, I agree. I think FSG haven't backed Klopp as much as they could have. I agree. I think we could do a show on that. James, mate, do you reckon we'll be playing Job Bellingham next season instead of getting Jude? I'll be surprised if we even get Job, to be honest, but I'll take it. At this rate, we're going to get stuffed by Everton. By Everton? Are we playing Everton soon? Chat, when are we playing Everton? I didn't know we were playing Everton soon. Didn't Rangers lose every single game in the Champions League so far? Yeah, they did, I think. Nah, I don't like Jack. I went a bit too far. I hope I never offended them, but it's just comments sound offensive, so I just like to retaliate in that way sometimes. We played them already. I was thinking that. I didn't know if he meant like a League Cup game or something like that. Are we still in the League Cup? Chat, are we still in the League Cup? Swear we are. I think we are. I'm not too sure. We are, aren't we? Oh, I can't remember. Haaland going to break Salah's record in a match. Ah, yeah, tell me. You'll get 17 goals against us with the way we're playing. Tell me about it. Not many Liverpool fan YouTubers talk about FSG. That's my point. I think we do. I've seen Coppers talk about it. I've spoke about it. Maybe not the biggest ones. Craig from Anfield Agenda talks about it. Like, I've seen people talk about FSG. It's just you can only talk about FSG so much before you start repeating yourself and going round in circles. But I'll be happy to do a video on FSG again soon. But it does get spoke about. Just not as much as it should, which I assume is your point. Jeez, James talks plenty. I mean, you've kind of got to when you're doing a 2.5 hour live stream and whatnot, but no, I do talk loads, even in debates and stuff like that. I talk mega, mate. I don't shut up. I remember on the doors, I used to work for the charity and I'd knock on doors and stuff. I don't know why I announced that like it's a new thing every time. Either way, I'd speak to people, and because you're doing door-to-door fundraising, you'd meet a lot of different characters, and there was a similar story there. People would be saying to me like, "Oh, James, you speak loads, don't you?" And I'm like, "I've got a lot to say." That would be my little cheeky response. Yeah, Martinelli's been unbelievable this game. Fuck me. Seems like it's game over. Got a big smirk watching on. Got a big smirk on my face watching this. I can't even read out comments now. As you should. I'd have a big smirk to anyone in my shoes at the moment. And I said we were going to win this game, so if anything, I actually deserve to be slandered, very slandered, because I thought we were going to come back and just play better. Going forward, no confidence. Just what I'm going to try and do is use pure logic on how we get out of this situation. The positives: Nunez scored. Firmino scored. And then that's it. Is Artete and Klopp having a fight? I'm quite glad we can joke about this embarrassment. I would love if Kimmich comes to Liverpool, but a shame he is going to stay at Bayern. Yeah, we're not getting Kimmich. Not a chance. You lot I don't care if we let Spurs down today. I really couldn't care. Spurs let me down last season by drawing in that game at Anfield. I know you were doing what you need to do, but fuck yourselves. I owe you no favours, you fucks. We made it 6 times against you as well, so fuck off, Spurs. I am so salty at the moment. It's like seething through my blood. I want to say so much bullshit. Like, I just want to go havoc. You know what I mean? Like that teenager who loses his rag, and isn't. I got nothing to lose. Not asked if they go to jail or anything like that. This is just in football terms, by the way, not legit. Yeah, this is a tough watch, mate. Very tough watch. If you could be so gracious to leave a like, that'd make the stream somewhat worth it. Otherwise, I can't force you. I can't. But I can ask. And I felt like asking. And I appreciate it if you have done it. If you haven't, then fair. But, oh no, that isn't the game done. We're not equalising. No support whatsoever. Bobby Firmino's just in the corner doing whatever the fuck he has to do. Chance over. Blocked. Again, forced it. Never took time. Yeah. And Arsenal absolutely smash us. Fair. Much better team on the day. Much better tactical decisions on the day. Much better players on the day. Much better team than us at the moment. And I do think today signified a tide change, people. I don't think we're going to be seeing any miraculous comebacks. And even if we do, it's only going to be better than what we've been seeing. It's not going to be to the standard of what we was previously, like last year or year before. Yeah, lads, yeah, I don't know what to say, chat, to be honest. I'm usually good with my words, but today it's just, I don't know. I don't want to say anything that's going to get me in trouble either. The final score, for those wondering, is 3-2 to Arsenal as well. Tough one. This is so true, Esther. Arsenal actually deserve more out of this game. Like, I know that there was maybe the odd decision that went against us, but come on. Besides the handball in the first half, Arsenal fucked us. Like, there was no. What I'm trying to say is we had no reason to score. No reason to score whatsoever. Like, we had every right to lose this game. From defence, midfield, attack, we just got absolutely fucked. Saka's just asked for Thiago's shirt, which is cool. Gives me an insight on the type of ballers that he likes, but Thiago was shit today as well. Good to see Darwin score, yeah, for sure. I'm happy for Darwin. He needed that goal. Lad, teams know how to play against... Yeah, when you're playing shit football, anyone can play against you. It's not about the system or anything like that. Forcing passes constantly and playing dead shit is the reason why we've been losing games. Arsenal should have won by more today. I like your channel, James, and I'm a United fan. At least you're honest, though. Nice one, lad. No, actually, nice one. That sounded dead sarcastic. Like, nice one, lad. Nah, thank you. Appreciate that. It's not me aim to be less biased. It's me aim to be as honest as possible. And yeah, tough one. Makes you wonder what we were doing during that 2 weeks. Seems like the same shit. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Even Royal Emerson's playing better than Trent at the moment. This is a disgrace. So what are your expectations for the season now? I suppose this is the grand old question. Europa Conference League? How many times do I have to readjust these expectations? I thought I only had to readjust them to top four. Because the idea of Liverpool not even being able to do that is ludicrous to me. And I went from league title to title race to top four to Europa Conference League. Actually, no, I never thought we were going to win the league. I thought we were going to compete, as everyone probably also thought. And now I think Conference League, yeah. But I'd rather finish 8th. I don't want to play in Conference League. Fuck that. Team's dead, well and truly spent. I think that's a shout. Eighth. Oh, is that the position for Conference League? If so, then I'll take 9th. I'll take 9th. What's the solution now, though? Different players. So this is also a great question and one that I'd love to delve down into a little bit more detail, but I'll give you the brief answer now. Yes. So we've been needing new players, and it depends what you set the expectation for the football club. So Donny, if you set the expectation for us to be winning the league, then yeah, we definitely need new players. If your expectation is to finish top four, then yeah, we probably only need 1 or 2. If you want to win the league, probably 3 or 4, and you've got to let go of a lot of players too. However, Donny, I fall into the same category. It doesn't matter what you think or what your expectations are. The same way that it doesn't matter what my expectations are. The same way, really, as much as these players want to go out there and win the league, it doesn't matter what their expectations are. It only matters what FSG wants, which is the Champions League revenue, that top 4 spot, so they can go ahead and be in that position for when the new model and the new structure of the Champions League does arrive, which is very, very soon. If we are a European team by then, they're happy days. They're making the maximum amount of money by playing in the Champions League anyway. So yeah, I think that's the shortest answer I can give you there. I think you're 100% right, and the solution is different players. But if you want to compete on a long-term basis, you should have been doing this from time ago. And because they haven't been doing this from time ago, I think they've tried to squeeze every last little drop that they could out of these players to then hopefully just become a stable top 4 team with minimal investment. They're all right to go out and spend 85 million on Van Dijk and Alisson, whatever. But they're not willing to go out and get anything more than that. And that's where you're going to struggle. They're not willing to go out and improve the youth academy to where we could get more players coming through that and make more money through that. But they do want to build a new stadium. Just doesn't make sense. So, yeah, only way FSG will learn as if they've ridden the success wave and now it's coming back to bite them on the arse. They've literally done it little by little. We have 18th oldest team in the league. I think this is a great point from David. I do. I think it's a fucking phenomenal point. It's what I was just trying to say. But David, I think you've worded it better. I think the way you've said there, they've done little by little, and that's why we've got the oldest team. It shows way too much of a lack of structure. And I agree there. I think you've just worded that perfectly, to be honest. Thank you, Solomon, for telling everyone to smash the like and subscribe. I'll stay live for a little bit longer, people. If you want to stay on, then we can just do the post-match reaction now, and I'll do another one tomorrow morning if that's what you prefer. W or L, do a match reaction now and try and bring some sort of positivity and solution to the world with the match reaction. Shall I do it? I might even screen record it and then upload it as a separate one. I'm not too sure. W. Give me a bunch of W's and get involved in the chat, and we'll get involved in it. Okay, we'll do a player ratings together. How about that? We'll make this a proper show. Everyone saying W. Thank you for staying tuned in, guys. So Liverpool, I've just lost 3-2 to Arsenal. The way that I want to start it, as I've literally just got off the back of a whole entire watch along, is based on the level of performance. It's been the most consistent theme. Chat, let me know if you agree. The level of performance not being good enough again. And on top of that as well, players just not fighting for the place because they might feel too comfortable. A point that me and a fellow friend who was discussing before, can't remember the name, David, talking about FSG's plan, and little by little, and now you're seeing it with how old our squad is and how much they're not able to do what they used to do. And I was talking to Rance about it the other day. I think it's more evident now what he means based on the expectations of what you set the football club. So if you want to finish first place, then yeah, you've got to go out and buy new players season in, season out. If you want to finish top four, then it's probably not a bad idea to have these players. So it doesn't matter what I think and my expectation is, and it doesn't matter what you think and your expectation. It only matters what the board think. And best believe, if we don't get top four this season because of results like today, which is very possible now, by the way, you'll find yourself in a position where FSG will spend because they'll panic. They don't want the business to not be in the Champions League. Liverpool associate themselves with the Champions League. It's a great asset and brand to have associated with the Champions League. And the club's huge. So you're only missing out on immense revenue, not only from what you get directly from the Champions League, but also the extra games, the £2 million that you win. If you win extra games, I believe it's in that region. If you win a Champions League game, you get $2 million. And now that will not happen based on the consistency that we've shown. And it's because there's no fresh blood in the team. It's because we found a bad spell, a bad patch, which can happen to anyone. It's just a shame. It's happened off a bunch of years to where we could have maybe done more than what we actually did do. And I think Klopp has most certainly overachieved. And today we didn't do well. We're in a bad patch. Arsenal are much better. But I blame the players. I don't just blame the manager. I see him trying to change things. There'll be things that I blame him for, but it's not just all Jurgen Klopp. So I'm not going to say Jurgen Klopp out or anything along those lines. Chat, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would you say Klopp in, Klopp out? And I'm going to assume you're going to say Klopp in, because I'd like to think that most people have a brain cell on this. But also, how much more time, how much more patience have you got for Jurgen? So if he finishes 8th or 9th, chat, do you still go with the notion that Jurgen should still be in the job? Because I would still give him more time. But you don't want it to get to a point where there's no advancement, there's no improvement, and we're not trying to look forward. Do you get what I mean? Oh, someone's just said Ole in. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to Liverpool. Imagine. Klopp is not his fault. Now, I disagree here, Jamie. I do think Klopp has to share the blame. It's not all his fault. I'll agree with that. But it definitely is his fault. Like, he's the structure of the team. He's the top head. He's the head figure. He has to do better than what he's being shown right now. And Jurgen Klopp definitely, if he continues to make inconsistent decisions which are affecting us on the football pitch, you will see a case study of where results like today will happen and then we're not in the Champions League no more. So I do have to disagree with you there. David says, I hate that eventuality of not being in the Champions League because they'll probably close the purse and the checkbook entirely. I think he's been thrown under the bus. Has Jurgen? He needs a fresh faces. He needs a bunch of fresh faces. I don't think FSG won't. I think FSG will spend if we don't get top four. I think they only spend if they need to spend, but it's like having a very old laptop. You want to get every last bit of juice out of that laptop because you just don't want to go out and buy a new one because it saves you more money. But if your laptop breaks and you need it for work, you're going to go out and buy a new one. In this case, Champions League is where it's going to bring most of FSG's revenue from Liverpool directly. They need new faces to get that top four. They know that even FSG are stupid enough to believe that based on this level of performance, and if it continues, we can get top four with these same group of players. We're going to need new players if that's the case. But it just depends. Chat, is it a case of old players? Is it a case of form? I think it's just a little bit of everything. I don't think it's just one thing that you can fold it down to. I think players are just out of form, bad decision making, bad choices from the manager, lack of investment. Fucking hell, even Artete's injured. Milner's 30 million years of age. Naby Keita, more than useless. Oxlade-Chamberlain, more than useless. Curtis Jones, where is he? Harvey Elliott, probably should be playing right wing with the way Salah's playing. Trent, why is he still playing through with how bad he's been? I've only got the question why. That's all I'm trying to propose to everyone. And listen, big up to Bukayo Saka. He got the 2 goals today. Martinelli, for me, was the absolute standout. And Artete absolutely outclassed Jurgen all over the gaff. It was embarrassing to so many degrees and so many levels. We're going to do a quick player ratings before we move on. And then I'm going to ask the grand old question to the chat itself of... I'll tell you at the end, actually. I'll tell you what the question will be. In goal, what I'm going to say is Alisson. Chat, let me know what your ratings are. I'm going to give Alisson a 7. I think he didn't have much to deal with. When he did have to deal with stuff, he done the best he can. Made a couple of saves. Dived the right way for the penalty. Didn't think he was going to be able to do much more, to be honest. So I'm going to go with that. People are saying 7s, 8s, 8s, 8. Most people are going in the 7 or 8 region. I can agree with the chat there, to be honest with you. I do think that's a strong case to say, for sure. Left back, and not Andrew Robertson, Kostas Tsimikas. Kostas Tsimikas was brilliant today for me. Let me know if you agree, chat. I thought he was probably like a 7 or an 8. Thought he got stuck in. Thought he got beat a few times, man for man. But in the main, arguably the best defender who played the whole game. You know what I mean? Like, who played the whole game, never came off the bench. Probably the best defender. Most people are saying 7s, 8s, 7.5. Again, we're in agreement, chat. We're doing well so far. Next one then. Virgil van Dijk. Now, I thought he was better. I didn't think there was any glaringly obvious mistakes, and I think people will still find a way to blame him because... You know, we conceded 3 goals, and he is a part of playing that. But I would probably go in the region of about a 6 for Virg. I think anything less than that's unfair. I think when it was just him one-on-one with the player, I thought he'd done his job. Anything better than 6, I think, is awfully generous, and I still think we need to see a lot more from Virg. From the progressive standpoint where we need to push the ball forward and stuff like that, so... Virg is a very meh. One of those for me with Virgil. Right back, Trent. I'll let the chat go on this one. Chat, what are we saying for Trent? Oh, no, actually, I've missed out on Joel Matip, but now that I've asked the question, we'll stick Trent. We'll stick with Trent and then we'll do Matip briefly. I did forget Matip, but we'll get back to him. What are we saying for Trent? People are saying 2s, 3s, 2s. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 4 for Trent. In fact, I'm going to say a 4.5. Again, I just don't think he was individually at fault, like, more than everyone else. I thought the midfield was shit for that first goal especially. And defensively, everyone was just disorganised, including Trent Alexander-Arnold. So he was still the worst defender of the bunch. But... he never really got given much help. The midfield didn't give him much service to help him out as well. And that's just where I sit there and think I feel a bit bad because I think he's just getting a bit too much shit. I don't think he should be starting. And I think right now he's being poor. But I do think he's just getting a bit overly criticised. And that's just because of how bad everyone else is making him look. And then Matip, I'm just going to give a 5. because I didn't see much from Matip today. So the back five, and then I'm going to read some comments. Alisson got a 7 for me. Shimaka's got a 7. Or did he get an 8? I'm not sure. Trent got a 4.5. Van Dijk got a 6, and Matip got a 5. That's my rating so far. Eat the humble pie. I literally made a video on Arsenal as well, saying like Arsenal need to be humbled. Turns out I got humbled in this case because I also said that Liverpool were going to win this game, and we never. So it is what it is. Liverpool should give Firmino whatever contract he wants, and not allow him to go for free, because at the moment he's playing a hell of a lot better than Salah, who has not justified the pay rise at all. Chat, is that a W or an L? I think that's a very fair comment. It's just short-term bias is a very annoying thing, because, you know, hindsight to 2020, and if Salah went and we were playing this bad, oh, it's because Salah went. Like, there was not a win situation there for Liverpool. We had to give him a contract, not only for what he's done for the football club, but with the potential of getting those same numbers season in, season out that he's been getting. It's not happened. It's not paid off. Conclusion, we should still be better than what we are. And I think we are better with having Bobby Firmino in this side. I'm not going to lie. And we will get... Do you know what? Now that... Before we move on to the midfield and the player ratings, we'll talk about Gomez and Konate collectively. Chat. Anyone who disputes what I'm about to say, fair enough. I thought they were brilliant when they came on. But Gomez, I think in that I said at half-time, this is a turning point for Joe Gomez and Trent. The turning point is that Trent actually might now be getting taken off and not given as many chances going forward, and we'll have to re-earn that spot in the team. And the reason why I say that is because I have never seen Jurgen Klopp, without an injury reason, take off Trent at half-time. Never done it. And I very rarely see him do it for players who are playing poor. I thought he probably should have done it for Salah and stuff, to be fair. And even Salah came off after like, 60, 70 minutes. I thought when Gomez came on, he was brilliant. I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he was sound. I think the chat generally are giving him an 8 as well. Donny says 8. Red Chili, big up to Red Chili. He also says 8. Got a lot of 8s in the chat. I think Gomez is fair. Konate will get a 7 for me. I thought he got stuck in, more suited to this game. Physically, just more of a monster. Good. Chat, yes or no, would you say Trent should be a backup? Should Gomez now get given a chance? Because I thought going forward he was sound. I thought he tried things, and he's not meant to be as good as Trent going forward, but Trent hasn't even been that good going forward recently. Scored a few free kicks, yes, sound. Otherwise, he hasn't really done much else. Doesn't really deserve to play in the short term. And Gomez is also a player that we've just signed on a new long-term contract. Therefore, it's ideal for someone who's won us a Premier League to find a space in the team for him. And if we can't use Gomez now, when are we going to use him? And then if we don't use him, that's when you've got to start asking Jurgen Klopp questions, because it's like, hang on a minute, yeah, your squad depth isn't great, but fucking hell, Gomez is good enough to replace Trent right now, and if you're not going to replace Trent, then that just shows a lot of stubbornness and just a lot of, I don't know, to me, that just doesn't make sense. And I can still see Trent starting week in, week out. This isn't me saying Klopp out, by the way, but this is one decision specifically. Like, why he plays him week in, week out through these bad spells, it makes no sense. So, Gomez, for me, deserves a chance in the short term. Just signed him on a long-term contract. Played well at right-back last season whenever I've seen him. Plays well this season whenever I've seen him, besides the Napoli game. But he was playing centre-back in that fixture. At right-back, I've saw nothing but sound things. I think it suits him more. He was a full-back at Charlton when we bought him for $3.5 million. So, yeah, that's me score there. Anyway, midfield, Thiago and Henderson. I'll go with Thiago first. I'm going to go with a 6. Maybe a 5.5. I just don't think he influenced the game enough. I thought he was trying too many long balls. Clearly, he's been told to do that, but they weren't good long balls. And I don't know. He got stuck in at times. I'll give him a 6. I'll edge a 6 for Thiago. And then Henderson gets a 5, just because I think he had significantly less influence. In fact, I'm going to go with a 4 for Henderson. Just so frustrating to watch him play today. And again, let me know if you agree in the comments down below, but I think Henderson should be playing that Milner role where he's coming in off the bench and he's playing more of a reserved role, but still has a big influence from a leadership standpoint. And that's why I'd suggest playing him that way. Get rid of Ox, get rid of Milner, get rid of fucking Naby Keita, get rid of Artete, and then just bring in a whole entire new midfield. Let Henderson be the new guy. if you want to still give Curtis Jones a chance, give him a chance, I suppose. Harvey Elliott, of course, another midfield option. Fabio Carvalho, more of an attacker now as well. But in terms of out-and-out midfielders, when you sell Milner, Oxlade and Naby, you've got Henderson, Thiago, Fabinho. And I think that's it. And Curtis, if you want to include Curtis. So you need to go out there and get new midfielders for sure, and that's the most important part of the pitch that we need to improve. People are saying a 4 for Henderson, 4-4-4. People are saying a 5 for Thiago. Chat, we've been in agreement for a large part of these player ratings. Fair play, that clearance, the poor vision, no shots either for Henderson. Exactly, just very little impact on the game. And if Liverpool aren't playing well, Henderson just is not that useful. When we're playing well, he keeps us level-headed and keep us ticking over and doing what we're doing. He's good when you're winning a game, kind of like Milner. You know, someone to see out a game and try and reserve everyone down, but not to be playing week in, week out and to try and make things happen. That's just not their style of play. Opinions on Fabinho ignoring Klopp's rumours a few games back. Oh, ignoring Klopp? Very possible. Very possible. It's not a terrible thing if that's the case. It's just not ideal that maybe our manager doesn't have the authority that we like to think he should have. And if Fabinho is ignoring Klopp, I think that's disrespectful. But you never know. You might have a reason for it. Maybe Klopp has become that grumpy old granddad who's just pissed off all the time and only thinks rationally. It doesn't think rationally no more and only thinks off emotion. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so I can't say definitively who is right or who is wrong, if that is true, by the way. But I think it's very fixable, if so. I'm going to throw out something. People are going to like proper shout at me with our current situation. I wouldn't mind selling Fabinho, you know. Hear me out. He is someone at the moment who has not been playing well probably since January himself. And he's on a long-term contract, and he's only 28, so he's still got years left in the tank. If we go out and buy a new midfielder, hold midfielder, whatever, who's younger, better, you can actually then sell Fabinho and get some money for him, because all the assets we've got right now, Fabinho's one of the only assets on a long-term contract that you could maybe sell and get any money for. So I'm not saying sell him because he's not good enough, but you don't want it to get to a point with Fabinho like what it's got to with Salah, where you're getting no money. Mane, where you only got 40 million. You know, many other examples of players that we could have got money for, but didn't get anything for. So I'm not saying defo sell him. But by the end of the season, chat, hear me out. If Fabinho still isn't playing well, I don't think it's a bad idea to sell him. Because he's still going to be valuable. There's still going to be big teams in after him. Teams are always looking for a new, strong centre defensive midfielder. He's proven at a high level. He gets called up for the national team. But if he's not good by the end of the season, which at that point would be nearly a season and a half of very inconsistent below par performances, would you sell him? All I'm saying, I'd think about it, because if we have no assets that we can sell, then where do you think we're going to bring in new players? We can bring in new players with a lot of money, but we also need to sell players to make sure we can make the biggest of the biggest acquisitions. So that's just my shout. If he gets to that point and he's still not playing well, I'd probably say sell Fabinho. If this team's interested, which I'd be very surprised if they weren't. Something like this, like sell Fabinho and ideally get Casado and Bellingham. So Bellingham probably won't happen, but if it does happen, that's the majority of your budget. Therefore, if you really go down the side of the couches, you could maybe cough up an extra 50 million for Casado. Maybe, if he is that much. Therefore, you can probably afford to sell Fabinho. But again, you need to make sure you get a direct replacement. And let's say Tyler Morton comes back, right? Say Tyler Morton. So, yeah, say if we get Bellingham and Casado and Fabinho still isn't playing well, and it gets to the end of the season, it's either you keep him for another season of potentially shit performances, and then get nothing for him, or you can sell him there and then get some money for him to where you can reinvest that back into new midfielders. Then you've got Tyler Morton coming back. So it's like, who'd you rather have as a backup defensive midfielder, Fabinho or Tyler Morton? Fabinho all day. But is it worth all the more wages Fabinho will be getting? Is it worth playing just every other week? I don't know. Like, maybe just use someone you've already got and then improve that first team, which is clearly what needs improving. And I think Fabinho's been one of the biggest. I didn't hate seeing him drop today. A year ago, if you said Fabinho was dropped, I'd be like, what? You're messing. But honestly, Like, without Fabinho, we're struggling. We're really struggling. James, do you think we'll finish top 4? And if we don't, do you think we'll still get the players we want in the transfer market? I don't think we're going to get top 4, and I don't think we'll get the players we want in the transfer market, because we never do. We didn't get Mbappe when we wanted Mbappe, for whatever reason, but we didn't get him. And even Mbappe came out and said that we were interested. We didn't get Nabil Fekir, when we said that we wanted Nabil Fekir. Many examples where Liverpool have shown that they want a player, but they did. Like, I used the analogy on my Redmond roundup the other day. I want a 6-pack, but I love a Domino's. So because I love a Domino's and I won't stop ordering Domino's, I don't really want a 6-pack. So even though I want a 6-pack, I'm not willing to give up my want for a Domino's to get that 6-pack. The exact same way that FSG do not want to sign Jude Bellingham. Yet they want Jude Bellingham. But if you're not going to go out and be willing to give up that Domino's, and in this case, splash the cash, then you're not going to get Jude Bellingham. Therefore, you don't really want him. It's like saying you want to be a millionaire or you want to win the lottery, but you never sign up for the lottery. Like, you can say you want something, but actions and words are two completely different things as far as I'm concerned. So that's the way I sort of see it. Let me know if you agree or not, chat. You know what I mean? I think you can want a player, you can want Lionel Messi, but do you really want him if you're not going to try and get him? You know, that's all I'm saying. And then anyway, let's move on to the attack, because we've got one more set of player ratings, and then I am Dusty. Luis Diaz, what are we saying there, chat? I'm going to give him a 5, to be honest. I thought he got bullied by Saliba. I think I'm actually being generous there. But the one positive is he brought energy to the game, and Luis Diaz is one of the first names on the team sheet at the moment. And I hope that he's okay, to be honest, because I know that he got a little knock during the game and whatnot as well. So I'm going to give him a 5. Salah. Salah's probably going to get my lowest rating of the day, chat. I think I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to say a 2. I'll say a 3. 3 for Salah. Just didn't do anything. No influence on the game. No creativity. No efficiency. Just shit. Very dog wank. Lack of a better term. Yeah, Salah's not being good, and I want to see him drop for chat. Is this a W or L opinion? The good thing about streams is that I can ask if you agree with these, and then you can let me know why you disagree. Should Harvey Elliott play over Mohamed Salah in the next couple of games on the right? Because what's Salah offering to us? Like, don't you think he'd be more beneficial off the bench, chat? Like someone who can come on and maybe use the little bit of explosiveness that he's still got left and try and get a goal that way. And then just go with Elliott in the short term. I'm not saying Elliott's the long-term solution at right wing. I'm just saying for right now, I don't hate the idea. I thought he was the best midfielder of the bunch before he got dropped in recent games, ever since Henderson came back. And I think Salah's been the worst, based on consistency. I'm seeing a lot of W's in the chat as well, so people don't hate that idea. Here's Umar's predictions. Diaz a 6, Salah a 2. So yeah, I said 5 for Diaz, 3 for Salah. Firmino a 5. I'm not going to give Firmino a 5. Firmino's getting a 7 for me. Jota's going to get a 5 for me. And then Nunez is probably going to get a 6. No, I'll give Nunez a 7 as well. I thought he actually caused threats and he actually caused dangers. And for what I expected from Nunez today, he actually done a lot better. He's probably the only player who overachieved in performance. And that's mad to say with what I've been saying on Nunez recently. So Nunez gets a 7. Firmino gets a 7. Salah was wank, so he gets a 3 from me. And then Diaz was okay. I thought he got bodied all over the pitch. I actually want to hear what Virgil van Dijk's got to say. He's doing an interview now. Right there. My remote's fucked.
And yeah, then it's got decided by a penalty.
Van Dijk looks deflated. Don't be talking about a penalty.
So quick. I have no idea. I would look in.
Listen, it was a soft penalty. I don't give a fuck. Don't be relying on penalties. You've all played shit. And that should be the message within the dressing room. If I'm the manager, I am trying to instill, listen, decisions can go against you. Don't dare try and put down the only reason why we lost to this is that copyright. It might be copyright. So let's hope they never pick that up too much, to be fair. It might be copyright. We're just only going to hope that that it's not. And I don't think I can put it louder, Kyle, because I've just been told it could get copyrighted. So... yeah, mate, I don't want to hear that attitude. I want the attitude to be, we're not good enough. We need to do better. End of story. Amen. Namaste. all that shit, you know what I mean? Let me know who your man of the match was in the comments down below. I'm going to give mine to Nunez. I'm just going to give it to him because I gave him so much shit. He's going to get the JRTV man of the match award, and that's just the way that this match preview went. So, if you watch this live, thank you for watching. If you watch this on the upload, then I know the live streams are all over the gaff, but that's the way we love it. If you want to see more live streams, get it in the comments down below. And Liverpool is still shit, but we're in this together, team. And if you like football, come to this channel because I'm trying to involve more football-related stuff. I know I've got the Liverpool background, but I'm a Liverpool fan. But overall, I'm a football fan. Therefore, I'll give my football opinion. Big up to Night Gazer. Big up to Sebastian. Big up to El Hombre. Big up to Shane, Georgie, David Hartley, Jake Fimo, Kyle Rose. Big up to Esther. Big up to Solomon. Big up to Danny, who I never seen today, but big up to Danny. Big up to Rose, big up to Tanya, big up to Marcus. Brilliant. To finish off, this is a great analogy from Marcus. As my friend likes to explain, driving 25 miles per hour in a 20 zone is still speeding, even if it is still slow. That's the best way to end this video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I know it weren't the result we all wanted, Reds, but listen, we're going to be in this together. That's what this channel's for. That's what this community's for. We don't have to like it, but at least we can cry and be salty with each other, and that's the platform for this. Please do let me know if you want to see more live streams, not just like watch-alongs, like live streams where I'm talking to the chat. If I'm good at it and you enjoy it, I want to do it more because I enjoy it. But honestly, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate all the respect and the love. Yous are all legends. Have a good one, the fam. Peace out. Hey.